Yeah, so hi guys, this is Shadow Girl Sherry, and the title that I put out for you guys, if I think it is "The Gate is Wide Open," something like that. Guys, if you are into spirituality, which most likely, if you can hear the sound of my voice right now, you are into spirituality. If you're into spirituality, then you already know, you most likely already know that today is the height of something that's called the Lionsgate's portal. And I'm going to be reading from my notes here. I've got notes here to read from. At first, when I started out, I decided that I wanted to make a video on this day. I didn't have anything together, and I was just going to, you know, write it out like that. And that right now, even thinking about that, that makes me think about the fact that if you um, just off of the top of my head, that's where a crown goes. And when it comes to the Lionsgate, obviously, when it comes to the Lionsgate's portal, it's all about lion energy. And you know that a lion is the king of the jungle. And ladies, even if you want to think about it in the way as, depending on what you are into, whatever, because here on my channel, I try to make it work for everybody. You could look at it maybe as a goddess energy because there are lion what a lion would be a lioness, is a lioness. And there are um, deities that you can work with, goddesses that you can work with. I think the one, and I think it's Sekhmet. You probably already know what I'm talking about, but I just haven't gotten to, studying her yet. I haven't gotten to study that. So I don't want to go all into it, but I just want to let you all know, just trying to call out to the people that this video is for. I want this video to reach, this live to reach the right people. And basically, I would say that this video you're going to hear this if you are a chosen one, um, and you're choosing yourself. Because guys, again, I go by the name Shadow Girl Sherry. Um, the thing about for me is that I've had a bit of a hard time with my channel. I started my channel a few years ago, a little bit after um, COVID-19 ended, or about maybe 2021. I think that was the first time I started, making videos and so on and so forth. Um, but last year, um, I called my channel Sunset Songs, but then I got to the point where I started going by the name Shadow Girl Sherry. And, for all this time, I've been going by the name Shadow Girl Sherry, and I'm not going to change the name. I do have a name that I'm reaching for, but right now it's still Shadow Girl Sherry. And I think I may have lost the train of my thought. I had something else that I wanted to say, but I lost my train of thought because I do have a pretty good amount of stuff to cover, and that's just how I am. I'm a Gemini. But basically, I go by the name Shadow Girl Sherry, but in all this time, I've never shown up and shown you exactly what I look like. I've always, you've always heard the sound of my voice. It got to the point where, I would have different things laid out in in my videos or whatever. I would, AI and you know, AI, I would come up with, I would use artificial intelligence. You get what I'm saying? Technology to, make up, I am African American. So I would always use like an African American female. I would describe, okay, I want this female to look like this, whatever. And I would always say, okay, I want this female to be very attractive, whatever. And then that female would stand in for me. And right now, guys, I think I'm trying to make this video. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to close it out, but if I'm going to be able to finish it. But guys, I am going to try my best because today is like the height of the portal. And I want to make sure that I show up for you guys, and I want to make sure that I show up for myself. Now, I don't know how far TikTok is going to push this, just because of the fact that usually when I go live usually at night. That's usually what time works best for me. But being that today is all about like heat and solar energy and lions and king energy and all that, I decided that before I was going to go out and, run errands and do this, that, and the third, that I was going to make sure that I got a video out today. And I hope that you guys are going to show up for me because, again, I don't know how long, I don't know how far TikTok is going to reach me out right now because it's been a little bit since I've made a video. The last time I went live, I think, was for the last full moon that we had. And I think that was the full moon that fell under the sign of Aquarius. And guys, I had something that I've got to share with you. And I should share it right now. But I don't want to lose light of all the information that I want to put out for you guys because I have a lot of information. If I don't get all the information out, I can always come back anytime throughout the rest of this month. I would say even throughout summer because, summer, it's hot and everything. And I think about Leo. There's a Leo full moon. There's a Leo new moon, whatever. And there's even a day of the week that would go along with Leo. And actually, guys, it's tomorrow. So that works because tomorrow is Sunday. Think about it. Tomorrow is Sunday. And, some people go to church on Sunday. Some people don't. But either way, whether you know it or not, if you are into spirituality, Sunday aligns with the crown chakra. And when I think about the crown chakra, I think about, church, you think about a king energy, right? And I was always taught that really when it comes to God, I don't know what you believe in, but I was always taught, from a very young age that God is within you. Like, was taught, from a very young age that God is within you. Like, Jesus like died on the cross, for our sins, all that. And that this energy, it was placed inside of us as well. So wherever you go, it even makes me think of the poem or it's really Footprints in the Sand. That's what it makes me think of, that when you are walking, around in life, there's been so many times where you felt like you were alone, but if you know God, which that's, what I was always taught from being a young girl. That's what shadow work is about. It deals with, the inner child and all that, that from a young girl that, he's always with you. And if you want to think about him always being with you, I was taught that, even recently when I've gone to church, that when I say that God, encapsulates, a part of himself within you, to take with you for all the days of your life. And, whether it's all about whether you choose to accept it or whether you choose to look at it that way, like which way do you want to go? So, I'll go ahead and start out that way. But guys, I do want to say that, and real quickly, that the last time I went live, it was the full moon in Aquarius. And I had given all the people that joined the live, I gave them a little bit of something. I shared something that I was doing a couple of years ago when I started getting into tarot cards. And what it was you go to your tarot deck, and being that the full moon that we just had fell under the sign of Aquarius, the tarot card that corresponds with Aquarius is the Star Tarot card, okay? Yes. The tarot card that corresponds with Aquarius is the Star Tarot card, okay? And right now, the more you get into spirituality and all that, things start to make more and more sense to you. More and more things come to light. And again, the last full moon that we had, it fell under the sign of Aquarius. Now, the tarot card that most corresponds with Aquarius is the Star Tarot card. And that makes sense. That makes perfect sense to me now, that at this time of year, we would, you know, every year we're going to have like the Lionsgate's portal and all that. And the fact that the star tarot card goes along with Aquarius. And, you know, when you have Aquarius, the tarot card that goes along with Aquarius is the star. Right now, the Lionsgate's portal is open, and there is a star by the name of Sirius. Okay, so all this made sense to me that, you know, here's the star tarot card, and right now, with the Lionsgate's portal open, the star Sirius is playing a huge part. Okay, and you know, of course, there are those that don't believe in this stuff. Everybody thinks what they think. And basically, you know what, I wanted to get to that as well, but I'm going to share this thing. Okay, the last time I went live, I shared something that I started doing into tarot cards. And right now, TikTok is telling me that my connection is unstable. Guys, can you hear me? I hope you guys can hear me. I'm going to keep talking because, again, I have so much to share. And then now I've gone into this tarot card because something happened. And this, I'm sharing this with you guys to let you know just how strong, like how powerful we are when we claim it, when we know it. Okay, people don't all the time want you to know how strong you are and who you really are. And you may feel like sometimes, like, because I feel it myself, like, you know, what people say, what people do, when they disrespect you, things like that, it makes you feel a certain way. But then when I do things like this, it calls me right back. Okay. So what I did the other day, like when I went live during that, the full moon, I shared something that I do, and you can do it as well. Okay. So right now, the card that you would pull would be the Strength card, because we are within the Lionsgate's portal. And if you look at, the Strength tarot card, you are going to see the number 8. And the number 8 stands for infinity. And I even have that in my notes. But I'm just going to focus on that card instead of, the Star tarot card, because right now we're in the energy of the Lionsgate, and the card that goes along with this that I think of is the Strength tarot card, because in the Strength tarot card, you have the number 8, but the number 8 is laying on its side. And when the number 8 is laying on its side, it's basically the infinity symbol. It's basically a one circle that it kind of looks like one circle is dying into another. But then I said dying, but it kind of makes me feel like I'm lying about that. I'm lying about that, because the circle, it's unending. Like one circle, I want to say it's dying. One circle's dying into another, but really it's a constant flow. The one circle is just leading over into the other. So it's a constant cycle going and going and going. And that's the number, you know, you look at it, it's a number 8 on its side, and it's also the infinity symbol. Okay, so if you want to look up that tarot card, you can look it up. But I'm going to just make you think about that one right now. But again, you could think about the star as well, because again, we're dealing with the energy of the Star tarot card, or the energy of a star, because it's the brightest star, and that's Sirius. Okay, so basically I shared something that I do, and the idea was to go to your deck. And this is what happened to me. I got to say it real quick, because man, I get started into something else. I had come outside a couple of days before the full moon, a couple of nights. It was like dusk maybe, right a couple of days before the full moon. And because I was a little bit frustrated and I wanted to get outside and get fresh air and all that. I went outside, I was in my car for a little bit. And then when I got out of my car, I just happened to look up, and I saw the moon. And it looked like it was full, but we weren't quite at that point. The moon wasn't full yet. But it looked like it, because it was just going to be a couple of nights away. But it was just so bright and beautiful. And that's the picture that I used for the last live. And I just said, well, this is the full moon in Aquarius and all that. And I talked about the star card and all that. But the funny thing about it was, I had a question that I basically wanted to go to my tarot cards and ask my tarot cards. Okay, so, and I said it in my last live that when it comes to my tarot cards, I look at my tarot cards as in, like, I have 78 different friends, because there are 78 different tarot cards in the deck, and they all come to you with a different message. Depending on what tarot card comes to you, we look at some tarot cards obviously as positive, because like if you think about the Sun tarot card, you know, you want to pull that, you like pulling that one because it's a sun and there's a baby on a horse, and you know, you just think about happiness. But even with that tarot card, there's a challenge. If you were to pull that tarot card in reverse, then it would be the challenge of the card instead of the best part of the card. Even though it's a really bright, happy tarot card, if you were to pull it in reverse, you're going to get the challenge of it. Okay. And so, you know, that's the idea. But I went to my tarot deck and I'm like, okay, 78 different friends tell me. I had a question, and you know, I went to my tarot cards to ask the question. 78 different friends. And I, you know, had some smoke going, some incense, cleared them out real quick, but it was kind of a rush job. I had so many different things that I had to take care of. I had to make sure that different things were taken care of. So I couldn't set it up and make it look like this situation, I'll say, because I love to do that when I have time. But anyhow, so I had my smoke, and you could use incense, you could use sage, just whatever you like to work with. But that night I used incense because, you know, it was just quicker to work with over the sage. And I ran my cards through the sage, and I had the question that I wanted to ask in my mind, right? And I kind of, you know, said it over my cards and put my energy on my cards and whatever. And for nobody besides myself, besides the person that boxed the tarot cards, or the person that handed me the tarot cards when I went to purchase them at the metaphysical store, they touched the outside of the box, okay? But I don't let anybody touch my tarot cards. Like, these are my tarot cards. That's the way I look at it. And I want my energy in my tarot cards. So I feel like they've always got my energy. But anyhow, I just want to let you know with this, I'm sorry, how accurate it can be, okay? And I'm not lying to you, okay? I'm not lying. This is the Lionsgate's portal. I'm thinking about lying, and lying, and I'm not lying to you, okay? I just want you to think about this idea, okay? Because when you work with the tarot, some people, you know, you think they don't want to believe in it because it's just cards. It's all the way everything's in the way that you look at it. But what I'm about to tell you is true. And so here we are under this energy of a full moon that's, you know, right around the corner, a few days away, probably like 2 nights away. And I had looked up I don't know if I had already pulled the tarot card or if I came back and, you know, I went inside and then I pulled the tarot card. I think I had already pulled it. I had already pulled the tarot card because I remember it was during the day when I pulled it and I asked the question. Okay. And when I pulled the card, I just wanted to know, I had a question really. And what happened was the tarot card that I'm flipping through the cards, right? And I'm like, okay, whatever card, obviously, you know, I feel is holding the energy or whatever, or it flies out at me. We all know, if you're into tarot, you know, when a card separates itself from the other cards, it has a message for you. So it didn't take long. I'm, you know, working with my cards, putting the energy in, had, you know, put the question out there, you know, but this is what happened. Okay. Maybe about 2 nights away from, the full moon in Aquarius. Okay. And the card that pops out is the Star Tarot card. And it was in reverse. Okay. So even though the Star is a wonderful tarot card, you know, it has a good message. It's about flow and being honest with yourself and all that, right? And it's about illumination because there's a bright star in the card. Okay. And I really think that it's trying to remind you really of your connection to the universe, because a star has, and let me do something right now, guys. Let me do something right now. Okay. Now, I hope you guys can still hear me. Okay, because I'm a little warm. But I do apologize. Okay, but basically what happened was the Star Tarot card is the only card that separated itself from the deck. So I'm like, okay, this is the answer to my question. And I'm sitting here thinking about it, and I this is how I know that I hadn't come out and, I hadn't looked at the moon or anything like that. But one thing I knew is that the next full moon that we were going to have was falling under the sign of Aquarius, okay? And I know my tarot cards, pretty well. So what happens was the Star Tarot card pops out. And I'm like, well, why would I get the star? Why would I get the star? I'm trying to think about it. What's going on here? Why would I get it? And then it came to my mind. I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, the Star Tarot card is the main tarot card that aligns with the energy that's really available right now, because we're about to have a full moon that falls under the sign of Aquarius. Okay, and here I didn't share in the last video that I made that because I didn't want to put negative energy out there, but the Star Tarot card came out for me at that time when this energy is really available, and it was in reverse. It made absolute perfect sense to me, but again, I didn't want to bring everybody down by saying that I drew the card in reverse. But it made sense to me that I would draw it that way, because I feel like there's been different, points right now where I have not been standing in my power. I've not been standing in my power. There hasn't been a lot of flow, and there's stories behind that, but I don't want to go into all that. But it was a perfect reading for me, whether I chose to accept it or not. That the Star Tarot card would pop out for me, and it would come out in reverse. Okay. So then, guys, and this is just what I want to let you know, that how powerful we are. I feel like this is in all of us, but depending on what you believe in, and what you choose to celebrate. And I never said I don't believe in God, because there are even tarot cards decks that are about, there's Mary Magdalene, there's all kinds of different tarot cards that you could work with. You don't want to work with tarot cards, there's oracle cards. But people try to look at it, and everybody, whatever you do, but they try to demonize it. But what is wrong with awakening to what's really inside of you, and choosing your power? Like, this world is not easy. Is I don't think it's easy. Okay, and if you have something that can assist you, why not? So this is why I'm sharing this information with you. So the next thing that happened was, I told you I picked this tarot card, the Star, in reverse. Things in my life lately have not been there. The flow, it seems like there's been a block. Okay, perfect sense. So then, I forget, there was something else that a couple of days later. Now, this was after the full moon had happened. Now, the full moon came, it went, and I had shared this little bit of a technique or ritual that I'm suggesting for you all, that whenever you have a full moon or a new moon, to go and get your tarot deck, and find the card that corresponds with find the tarot card that corresponds with that full moon. If it's a full moon in Gemini, then you would be looking for which I'm a Gemini, it would be the Lover's Tarot card. And what you're going to do, go to your deck. If you want to do the smoke and all that, the sage, the incense, whatever. Okay. And I prefer that you do it that way, but whatever. So you go and you go through your deck, and when you find that tarot card, which I'm talking about, well, I should say the Strength Tarot card. I'm a Gemini, so the main tarot card that goes along with Gemini is the Lovers. But at the same time, let's talk about the Strength card, because, that's available right now. Go and find, get your tarot deck, cleanse it if you want to, whatever, and find that tarot card and see if it's in the upright position or if it's in the reverse position. And my idea is for you to ask yourself if it makes sense. Like, are you standing in the truth of that? Like, does it make sense to you? If it's upright and it's a tarot card that is a good tarot card that you feel that we would think of, like, in a positive way, is that tarot card upright or is it in reverse? How did it come to you? Okay. Um, Whatever tarot card that it is popular, I'm going to say, I'll just say it real quick. whatever tarot card that is popular. I'm going to say, I'll just say it real quick at that time. So a couple of days after the full moon that we had under the sign of Aquarius, and I told you I had already picked the tarot card that had popped out for me without me going to look for it, was the star. And I'm sitting here wondering, well, why did I get the star tarot card? And then it came to me, I'm like, wait a minute, okay, the next full moon that we're having is in the sign of Aquarius, and the star aligns. That's the tarot card that most aligns with Aquarius. And here, of course, I picked it in reverse. It made absolute perfect sense for me because I wasn't standing in my truth. I wasn't standing in what I feel is flow. And that's what popped up for me. So right now, I'm suggesting that maybe you go and you pull the lion or the shrink tarot card. Okay, but anyhow, a couple of nights after that, it wasn't nights, a couple of days after I had picked that tarot card, or that tarot card picked me, it chose me. Okay, the star tarot card. I went to my backyard and I set up a little scene. And when I set up a little scene in my car and what I like to do, because I wanted to make it private and really enjoy it, because this is something that I do to really enjoy myself, and this is like a treat for me. I don't always get to do the things like the spiritual things that I want to do, like because I will say that sometimes it's a little bit crowded, and or should I say crowded? Like I'll just say I'm not alone often, but that's not necessarily a bad thing, because there was years ago that I was wondering if I was going to have people around me. And that's even one of the reasons why I chose to start my channel. And right now, I want to say what's up to somebody. You know who you are. And I'm hoping that, don't call me out. I'm not going to call you out. But I'm hoping that somewhere along the line soon, maybe this is a sign that we're going to get together and maybe do all this stuff together. So I don't want to make anybody feel uncomfortable, whatever. This is a really good energy that we have available to work with. And so anyhow, I went to my backyard and set up a little something for myself, and I had a question for my tarot cards. Okay. And I'm like, okay, I'm going through my cards and I'm, shuffling as best as I can do, because I'm not really good at shuffling. I got to be real. But I'm going through. They always come through for me and tell me what's up, even though I don't shuffle well. They still come through for me. So I'm going through my tarot cards, and I was going for a little bit, and I'm like, okay, bring it to me, bring me the answer. The next thing I know, the tarot card that popped up, I'm telling you the truth. I'm not lying. Okay, I'm not lying. This is not the time to lie. It's the time to step in your power and believe, right? The tarot card that popped out was the Star Tarot card, but this time it was upright. So it was basically like my tarot cards were telling me, okay, you're in flow right now. So if you're in the flow of things right now, or even if you're not in the flow, it's like the card was telling me, okay, you got to make a choice here. Do you want to stand in this abundant light, or do you want to choose to keep shrinking and taking a back seat? Because right now it's not the time to do that. If we've got Sirius, which I'm gonna hopefully, I hope that this didn't. Oh, I hope it didn't erase. Because normally it holds on pretty well. I'm not the guys. I gotta Here it is. I gotta share with you guys. I am not the best when it comes to technology, but anyhow, it all pulled back up. But basically, what happened was I pulled the Star Tarot card and I pulled it upright. And when I've told the story and everything about that, and being that I had just pulled the Star Tarot card and it was in reverse the last time. The very next time I go to work with my deck, I pull the same card upright. And right now we're dealing with a Sirius star, and that's Sirius. Okay, and I'm going to be reading from my notes to let you know how bright and what this star stands for. Okay, and here are my notes. Or did I may not have it here in my notes. This was like kind of a rush thing here or whatever. Um, and again, I'm thinking about it comes to me right now that um, at first when I was going to make this video, it was going to be I was going to come to you guys with everything being off of the top of my head. I was coming to you guys without notes. So when I think about that, I want to ask you guys, like I'm saying, I was coming to you guys with just the thoughts, and I was going to go and tell you my thoughts for this energy right now and share with you guys the way I'm feeling right now and ask you guys how you're doing. But if I was coming to you guys and I was just trusting myself and I was coming to you without a script, it would be coming to you like, okay, whatever comes, the thoughts that come to the top of my head. Okay, now that makes me think about your crown because the top of your head is where a crown would go. And right now, today is the height of the Lionsgate portal. It's the 8th month, 8th day. Okay, and with that being said, I just want to ask, do you feel like you are a chosen one, whatever that means to you? And I'm just asking you today to choose yourself. Okay, choose yourself because that's what I've decided to do. When I saw the things that have been, there have been negative things that have been happening to me lately, a lot of things coming at me fast, whatever, that's unexpected. Sometimes I think it's other people that they want to, you want to think that everybody's out here and everything's love and light, but you have to know the world we live in. There are going to be people, they could even be right around you, and they could be praying for your downfall, praying for you, but not praying for you in the best way. They could be praying for your downfall. It's just the truth. Okay, so basically, I'm asking you today, are you a chosen one? Do you choose yourself under this all this energy that's available to us right now if you believe in it? Obviously, if you join this live, if you can you're listening to the sound of my voice, you're into spirituality or you're into the law of attraction, something like that, or else the algorithm wouldn't have shown, this live would not have popped up for you. So basically, I'm asking you today, right now, do you choose your crown now? And that's not saying that you're wanting to be mean with people, or you're going to step around and step on people's toes or be nasty or anything like that. But my idea is to be who you are, um, um, in its own way, that you're a star, and to choose your own light and to take that out and shine it, let it shine bright. Okay, and you be who you are, and people have to accept you for who you are, because come on now, that's just what it is. So I'm asking you, if you feel that way and you feel like texting chosen, if you're here, could you type in, um, the comments here, chosen? You could type the words chosen, chosen one. You could type claim, just something like that. Okay, those kind of words: claim, chosen one, chosen, crown. Like you're accepting your crown. This is your time now. Like, we don't know how much time we have. And I wanted to share that, guys, that's one of the reasons why, from the beginning, that's why I started my channel. I wanted to find different people where we're trying to be open minded. When negative things are come our way, we're trying to be as positive as we can be. When the negative comes, we're going to try to face it and make it work for us, transmute the energy into the positive. Okay. And but first off, before I even get more into my notes, the reason why I shared the about the tarot card that I picked, and the whole, when you have energy right now, I would say right now, because we're in the Lionsgate portal, it's a lion. So the tarot card that I would go to try, or your star tarot card, because right now the star Sirius is out here. Okay, and right now it's 1212, guys. So whenever we have a number that, two numbers fall back to back, if you've watched any of my other videos, you already know what I'm about to say. It's 1212, so that's like an angel number, okay? And I just want you to think about something while we're all gathered together as a collective. And I want you to think about something that you feel should be yours. And I want you to think about it as if it were already yours, because it's all about the feeling. How do you feel right now? How do you feel right now about whatever it is that you're trying to attract? Okay, and I want you to feel as if, how would you feel if it were already yours? I'm asking you right now to feel that right now. And it's so said that through the law of attraction, when you are feeling like you already have it, then you're standing in alignment with it. So it's yours. It's trying to make its way to you. But you have to choose it. You have to choose to accept it and believe that it is for you. It's yours already. Okay, so I wanted to share that. But if you want to also, you could go right now and find your Star Tarot card, look through your deck, and see if it's in the upright position or the reverse position. And you could leave it in this video when I, put it up later on my channel, Sunset Songs, or here on TikTok. You could leave it here and let me know, let the community know, was your Star Tarot card upright or was it in reverse? And or and then does that make sense to you when it comes to the meaning of that tarot card? If it came to you upright, does that make sense to you? Or like, are you in flow with the tarot card, or did you pull it in reverse and you're dealing with the challenge of it? And when it comes to tarot cards that are, we look at as more scary or negative or whatever, which sometimes, like all of them, they don't have to necessarily mean a bad thing. Because like the Death Tarot card, it always gets a bad rap. Okay, um, but it doesn't always have to mean a physical death. And I'll say that my mom was a Scorpio, and one of the reasons why I got in one of my mom was a Scorpio, in the tarot card that most corresponds with Scorpio is, or with again with Scorpio, is the Death Tarot card. But guys, come on now, I love my mom, right? I love my mom, and my mom was a good person, but um, her main tarot card, because you're Scorpio, is the Death Tarot card. But with that being said, it doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing. When you pick that, when you pull that in a reading, it could just mean, it wouldn't have to be the physical death of something. But my mom is physically, she's dead. Like, I don't like to say it, but she's not here with me physically. But I choose to think that she is here with me, like in a spiritual sense. Okay. And that's just turning it into a positive. Okay. But that tarot card could actually mean a good thing, and that would be um uh, the death of something that needed to end. It could be the death of a job that maybe this job was holding you back, and the reason why you lost a job is because there's another job out there that's better suited for you, and you just don't know it right now. But we all get a little bit scared when um, we all get a little bit, that tarot card, the Death Tarot card. Come on now, another one would be the Devil. Okay, it gets a bad rap, but it comes to you with a message and you can work with it. Okay, so anyhow, guys, I just want to see if anybody, you're in here right now in the room. Do you choose yourself right now? Do you claim yourself right now? Like, you choose yourself, and it's like we're in the energy of the Lion's Gate. Um, are you stepping through the gate? That's my idea. Energy of the Lion's Gate. Um, are you stepping through the gate? That's my idea. And if so, then I want you to leave in the comments, claim, chosen one, something like that. Now TikTok is saying that my phone is, that my network is a little bit unstable. So I am one of those ones, when I start talking, I like to move my hands around a lot. Maybe that's what's doing it. But guys, I hope you can hear me right now. But anyhow, guys, now I'm going to quickly say something. I'm going to share something with you guys. And I don't even know how much all these notes, I have a lot of notes to read from. So it might mean that I'm going to get some of the notes out of the way. And it may mean that I'm going to have to come back and read a lot, the good part of these notes, maybe tomorrow, because the Lionsgate's portal is still open till the 12th of this month. And even when it comes to tomorrow, tomorrow is the energy it's the crown that aligns with the crown chakra. So it's about your head, and you placing a crown on your head. It's your crown. And to me, being that it is called the crown chakra, it makes me think that, we should choose ourselves. We should choose ourselves and look at yourself like, a queen or a king. Treat yourself well, and don't let people disrespect you or make you feel like you're less than what you are. Okay? So I'm just sharing this stuff with you. But I want to tell you that, being that, again, tomorrow is about the crown chakra. It's Sunday. Okay? And some people, go to church on Sunday. Makes sense. Sunday, the sun, or you think about it, okay, the Father, the Son, the Blessed Holy Spirit. Or then you might look at it as like the sun, because the sun rises for you every day, and it's outside your window. you know, and it's there for you shedding a light, right? And so anyhow, so I could talk about all this tomorrow as well, because again, I could talk about all this energy because it's still out here. Um, there's the energy of Leo, the sun, and all that. So I could talk about it tomorrow for Sunday. But now I'm going to share something. And guys, I have, and I could basically just start reading from my notes, but I want to get this out. I'm hoping that a lot of people are going to show up for this video. I was trying to build up to it and put some motivation behind the video. I wanted to start making a video last night that would kind of lead into this one. It didn't work out that way because I had a lot of I had different things that would seem to be coming at me, and it's like, okay, you gotta. I'm into spirituality and all that, and I love my channel, but I got things that I have to take care of as well. But I'm trying to show up for myself and for you guys as much as I can. And truthfully, I was thinking about starting that train on Thursday of this week. Too tired to do it. Then last night I wanted to do it. It didn't work out. I had too many things I had to take care of. And you know that on Friday nights, there's something that I have that's called, if I'm not doing anything else, and I want to come and have an excuse to hang out with you guys, last night would have been Friday night mud mask. And I'll just leave it at that. Like, if you ever get on one night, it could be that you might get on on TikTok on a Friday night. And if I had nothing else to talk about, then it would be, and I wanted to come and hang out with you guys, have an excuse to come hang out with you guys. It would be a Friday night mud mask. And the idea is maybe I would be sharing ingredients that you would put inside of a mud mask or whatever. And maybe you're behind the scenes at your house or wherever you're at, and you're, applying a mud mask to your face. Maybe you'll get the ingredients and do it another night. I don't know. Or maybe, I won't talk about ingredients for a mud mask. Maybe just the idea is for you to come and relax, and it's Friday night, so maybe you've worked all week and you're tired, and when you get home, it's time to take the mask off, and you know let the makeup and all that just go down the drain, right? And whatever pain that you may have faced throughout the day, it's like, well, it's Friday, so now I got the weekend to figure it out, and tonight I'm going to rest and I'm going to do a mud mask. So you could be behind the scenes doing the mud mask for real, or maybe you're coming to maybe get a recipe or ingredients to go in the mud mask, and maybe I may not be sharing ingredients that night. Maybe I'm talking about the energy that goes along with that night, and it's Friday night, so I would be talking about the energy of like Venus, and because it's that day aligns with Venus, okay, and the goddess Venus. It aligns with the planet Venus, the goddess Venus, all that, and she's all about love, luxury, Aphrodite, this stuff, love, luxury, that kind of thing. Choosing yourself, I'd say. If you're looking for love, whatever, I'd be talking about those kind of subjects. So, but it would be with a Friday night mud mask. So I wanted to come and hang out with you guys last night. Had a wonderful way I was going to lay it out, but I didn't get to do it. So if there's a Friday night that you want to come and hang out, and for some reason I'm on, it may be Friday night mud mask. But basically today, basically I'm taking my mask off for the very first time. And when I say that, all this time that I've been going live, so on and so forth on my channel, whatever, whether I was going live or not, um, I was showing up as, I'm an African American woman, and I would, come up with somebody, AI, and I would set up a picture in a scene, and there would be, an African black woman in the scene, and that black woman was standing in for me. It was somebody I had created and made up. But for this Lionsgate's portal, finally, after making videos for like, oh man, I think I started my channel in 2021. And then before that, I was coming up with ideas for my channel. What was I going to call it? All this, that, and the third. And then finally in 2021, I said, I found a way to start it because I had somebody to help me with it. So I started the channel in 2021. And so ever since 2021, I do believe it was August of 2021, and we're in August now. So you can see how long I've been making videos, okay? And the thing about it was, my idea, I didn't want to show up in my videos. And I have reasons as to why I was choosing not to to show up in my videos. I didn't want to appear in my videos. I whatever. If I had my own like items like in the video and I made it look like a scene and real pretty like that, whatever, okay? Um but those things were showing up for me, okay? Um or lately I decided, I found out that I can use AI, and AI is awesome, let me tell you. It just you get things done right, like just right away, right? And I have somebody around me right now that's really good with that stuff, and starting to showing me this different stuff, so it's made my channel, it's making it even better and get my information faster, whatever. And so I said, okay, I'm going to add a woman to the videos, okay, and she's going to be African American, and she's going to stand in for me, okay. I'm going to tell um I'm going to work with AI, whatever, and we're going to make a beautiful black woman, right? Okay, we're gonna make a beautiful black woman, and I'm gonna let everybody know that that was AI that made it, and it was my idea. Like I told AI, okay, make a beautiful black woman. Maybe she has this kind of hair, whatever. I like afros. I might want to look like I'm in the '70s, whatever, because I love the way. I think that Foxy Brown was very pretty, so I might say, okay, well, give me an afro or whatever. Just whatever I could come up with. But today, for the first time, what you're looking at is actually me. This is Shadow Girl Sherry. Um, this has been so hard for me. I found out that, when it comes to shadows and all that, there is something called shadow work. And the more I started doing videos and not having myself appear in the videos and all that, different videos, obviously, when it comes to the algorithm, this algorithm is smart, right? It's smart, like it knows you. And I started getting videos about shadow work. And the one person that kept popping up in my feed was a woman that goes by the name Shira7. Okay, you like her, you don't like her, whatever. Shira7 is who she is. Okay, and I'm not saying that I agree with everything that she says, but Shira7 has taught me some things about standing up for yourself and believing in yourself and choosing yourself and whatever. She's taught me some things, and she was the first person, like her videos kept popping up, and it was she was talking about shadow work, and maybe working with a little bit of your witchy side, and just let's wake this up and and see what's going on here. I had no idea what shadow work was, but as I was making my videos, it got to a point where I started calling my channel was already called Sunset Songs, but then being that I wasn't showing up, I called myself Shadow Girl. And then after a while, I added my own name because I wanted to get some kind of credit for it. So I said, okay, my name is Sherry. Obviously, that's the name my mom gave me. I'm going to add that. So at least I'll be giving myself some type of credit. And that's how Shadow Girl Sherry was born. Okay. But the thing about it is, it's even in my birth chart. And you can go and look up your own. Everybody has one, whether you believe it or not, whatever. Take it or leave it. But Shadow Girl Sherry is all throughout. It's in my birth chart, right? And so basically, my birth chart and just all the videos that keep flooding my feed and coming to me all this time have been videos about why you don't want to be seen, why you don't want to be seen. Oh, there's so many different things reasons that they say that it could be. Shadow work, you need to do shadow work. Shadow work is not it's not always the easiest thing, but you know you're facing the dark side, and there is power in that. So, but I would constantly get these videos about being seen and being, your fear of being seen. Like you need to step out and claim, take up space and claim, put out who you are. So my idea is finally for this Lionsgate's portal, in one way or the other, I was going to come out and show you guys who Shadow Girl Sherry, what I really look like. And this is a real picture of me. And it is, what I decided to do for the picture, and it didn't come out the best. Like you can't see it, and I'm thirsty. You can't see it in the best way, but I wanted to dress up as like some type of a cat, like a lion. I didn't want to choose a panther or anything like that. Not that I don't love black cats, because I do, but the idea was to look more of like a tiger, if if I could look like a tiger, or um, I don't know, a jaguar, or a cheetah, something like that, a cougar, something like that. But really, what I was going for obviously was a lion, because this is the Lionsgate's portal, but all that's within the cat family. So my idea was to find those kind of patterns, wear those patterns, whatever kind of makeup I could find, put that kind of makeup on, and then appear in the video as in, I'm stepping out, I'm claiming my crown. Like, this is who I am, and I'm not gonna I'm not gonna hold back anymore. I am who I am. And here we go. So this is the start of something new, and I feel that the universe is going to recognize me for that. I feel like in order for you to get your glow, um, you have to step into the light. Um, if you want to get your glow up, you've got to show up, and you've got to show up the way that you are, and you got to bring it. And I feel like I have been bringing it, for my viewers. I'm a Gemini, so I am all over the place, whatever like that. Um, but the main thing that I wanted to do, even if I don't get all these notes out, I can come back and read these notes at any time. Anytime that deals with Leo, I could do it tomorrow, because tomorrow's Sunday, whatever. There's that king energy there. But my idea was, I want to show up for myself. And I want the universe to see the true me, and to see the light that I have to shine. I'm not going to stand in the shadows. Like, I'm still going to go by the name Shadow Girl Sherry, because that's kind of the persona that I've built up, and I'm going to work with that. I'm definitely going to work with that. There's so many ideas that I want to work with that, and basically, really, what I want to do is I want to help other people work with their shadows and transmute it. So I'm not giving up on that name, Shadow Girl Sherry. But my idea was, I wanted to make my make myself look like some type of a cat or a tiger, and I decided, that's what I would do for the Lionsgate's portal. I would come out and talk a little bit about it. I also want to let you guys know that last year, during the Lionsgate's portal, on the height of the Lionsgate's portal, which is the 8th month, 8th day, and now it's a year later. Last year on this day was the very first time I decided to go live. And I was so nervous about it. It's not to say that I'm not nervous right now. It's not to say that I'm definitely not nervous. That I am nervous right now, especially about stepping out, really stepping out on the stage, and just letting you guys know, this is what I look like. Okay, this is who I am. Am I ashamed of what I look like? No. Um, do I think that I'm like ugly? No. I'm not. I'm not going to talk anything negative about myself today. Obviously, especially not today. But we all have our things that we love about ourselves, and then we have the things that we want to hide and we want to tuck away. But I've gotten to the point now where it's time for me to show up for myself. It's time for me to show up for my community, and it's time for me to show up for the world. And you are who you are. And my idea, I wanted to start working this on Thursday, because I don't know how I'm going to be excited to see how many people are going to have joined me for the live. But I do know one thing: when you leave away from TikTok for a little bit, um, they won't push you out to as many people. Like, the idea is consistency, and I'm trying to be as consistent as possible. You guys don't even know how much I love making my videos. You don't. I love going live. Yes, I get nervous. My voice will get a little bit shaky or whatever like that. But it's nothing compared to how nervous I was the first time I went live. And the first time I went live on TikTok um, was last year. Today's the anniversary. And I'm just like, I kept debating about it. I'm like, am I going to do it? Can I do it? Or am I going to stay? I'm not even going to lie. I like the way my shadow looks. Like, the picture, the avatar that shows up for me is my actual, like, silhouette. That's my shadow. And I picked I put on a pretty dress for the picture, but the idea was, I didn't want you to see the flowers. I was, I won't go into all that, but I love flowers. I'll put it that way. I love flowers. And so the dress that I was wearing in this picture was a picture of it's a flower dress, flowers all over it, right? And it's beautiful. But because I wanted to go by the name Shadow Girl Sherry, you don't see it. I was taking a picture of my shadow. And I've got to admit, I think my shadow's sexy. I think my shadow's sexy and I'm going to keep working with it. But at the same time, there's a twin to that. And that would be me. And that would be me stepping out from behind the scene and showing up and letting you know what I look like. Okay. And claiming my face. When I claim my face, I feel like I'm facing the world as being who I am, and this is an energy of a tiger. So it's the king of the jungle. And even when it comes to women, well, then there's a lion that's a female is a lioness. So there's that energy of a queen and king. Okay, and I feel like when you show up with that kind of energy, you're honoring yourself. When you claim your face and you show up and you're being who you are, you are you're claiming your ancestors, because they're my ancestors are in my face. Like there are people that obviously know what my mom looks like, and they're like, basically you're wearing your mom's face. Okay, and am I going to look in the mirror and say that my mom was ugly? No. My mom's deceased, so I can't physically see her anymore. But when I look in the mirror, I do see some things that are definitely like my mom. So I've got to love myself the way I love my mom. I don't have her here anymore, not physically with me. So, but when I look in that mirror, I do see things about her um, in my face. Okay. And I just pulled the puzzle piece over because, and that just goes to show you how comfortable I have become with going live. Um, that just goes to show you how comfortable I have become with going live, because usually when I go live, I go over an hour. I go over an hour when I make my lives. So I've really come to be, to be comfortable with it. But today is so much different because I'm choosing myself. Like this was a picture taken from my photo gallery, and I use like the editing and all that was in my phone. This is the one that's under watercolor. This is under watercolor. But this is me. And basically, before this Lionsgate's portal closes, that's going to be on the 12th. I'm going to start, even if I make up a scene and it's a fake scene or whatever, maybe I'll make up a fake person, but for the most part, in a lot of my, videos, but I'm going to say that you're going to have to come over on my YouTube channel to see it. I'll give you this stuff here on TikTok, but you guys have really helped me face a lot of things. You really have. Like you've lit a fire in me. That all that I've said all this stuff in my videos and everything. How I like candles. How the very first time I went live last year, on this day for the Lionsgate's portal, I was working with a candle, and I was so nervous about going live. But the idea was, I'm coming out here because I'm trying to find basically my spiritual team, my spiritual family, my spiritual backup. And it doesn't mean that you have to be totally into the things that I believe in, because my idea is I'm trying to make this work for everybody. Everybody can kind of come in and have a seat. But the idea is, and I want to fill those seats up, you know what I mean? But I want people to come that are serious about it. And look, the star serious. I'm just thinking about the star. I want people that are going to come in and at least be serious about considering the ideas. All right. You might think they're out, because it's astrology. I'm going to be talking about lots of different things on my channel. It could be astrology. It could be a tarot card. It could be an herb. Um, when it comes to spirituality, there's so many different things that you can go into, and I look at it as like it's this big, huge book that there's a catalog, and you can go in and pick from all these different things that you could pick from. And with that being said, my channel is called Sunset Songs. So whenever I decide to go live, my channel's called Sunset Songs. Whenever I decide to go live, what I do, or I make a video, being that my channel's called Sunset Songs, I take a song, and I have a subject. And basically, when I'm, thinking about the subject, whatever the subject matter is that I'm going to be talking about in the video. Um, I try to think, and you could call it your higher self, my higher self, because I'm the one thinking it. My higher self, my spirit guides, my angels, whatever, just my own brain, my own thoughts, whatever I thought of it, whatever you want to call it. Um, I want to come up with a song that's tailored around whatever the subject matter is that I'm going to be talking about within that particular video. And I have a song for today. And what I do, I take the song, I suggest it to you guys, and from there, I come up with information about the song. I come up with, what was the inspiration behind the song? How was the song thought up, dreamed up, whatever? Um, what was um, what about the group? How did the group meet? Or if it's one person, like when were they born, their birth date? Are they still living? What are they doing today? Whatever, depending on what the song is and how old the song is. Okay, and I just working for there from there. I weave the subject matter and the song all together, and I try to make it work. And the idea is, if you join one of my lives or whatever, or especially if you join my channel, I'm trying to make it work. Like we can all fit in here, and we can make it like a spiritual team and a spiritual family. Because at this time last year, I had people around me, but sometimes even when it comes to our families, like you could have somebody that's in your home, like, and you love them and everything like that, but you could be in like a crowded room, whatever, in a crowded room, or just in your house, and you feel like you're alone because maybe you're thinking about something that somebody else, the person around you, or the whole, the people in your household, maybe they're not into that. Okay, maybe somebody, you come to the family room and everybody's watching this certain movie, but you're not into that movie, so you're gonna have to step out and go to another, do something else, right? um my idea was, I wanted to the reason why I started going live last year is because I wanted to step out and I wanted to find, what I would say, like a spiritual family, and people that are into the things that I'm into. If you're watching this video right now, you might look at yourself as a bit of a misfit. I definitely look at myself as a misfit. I kind of feel like, when I would go to church, I'm just being real. And that's more so when I was like a young girl, right? When I went to church, there was wonderful messages being spoken at my church, right? There were some powerful speakers at my church. I still remember today. Throughout, me, when I go to church, there's different people that are stronger, or everybody's got their own message, basically, just like I have my own message. But when it would come to the people that were like my age and young, around about my age, I didn't feel like I fit in. I always tried, but even though it was church, everybody had their cliques. There were cliques, and this is church. I never felt like I fit completely in. Like, I never felt like that. Um, in school, there were different times where I felt, I had like a little group or whatever. And then there were times where I got to a certain age where it's just like, I feel like I don't fit in. So I felt kind of awkward. It might be because I like all different types of music, right? Like when you come on here, you don't know what the sunset song is going to be. Um, it could be a yacht rock song one day, and then another day it could be, I'm not the biggest on rap, because rap kind of has like a lower kind of frequency to it. It can make you feel like if they're talking about negative stuff, like it comes with that kind of frequency, right? But there's some that have a really good beat, and it's working. But I'm more so for R&B. I am an R&B fan. I love like 80s music, 90s music. Today, I like, today's music. Um, and I love like yacht rock, or like a slower love song, a slow jam, you might want to call it. Um, I like easy listening. I like show tunes. I like a little bit of everything. So the idea is to make it work. Okay. And the very first time I went live, last year, again, it was today is the anniversary of that. And I think I may have said that last year, I what I want to explain to you what I did on this day last year. It wasn't just about And now I'm seeing my phone's at 55%. So that's making me think about the number 55. Like that's an angel. That's 55 is just a lot of energy of change. And you think about change because it's a five. And when you think about change, when it comes to money, you think five, there's a nickel, 10, you got a dime, we're working our way up. And then you got 25 cent, you get what I'm saying, change, but there's change. So if we're talking about money, we want the change to be that we're making good money, right? And money's flowing to us, right? That's just the idea that's coming to me right now. But basically, there's so many notes that I have that I should have started on today. But the thing was, this week, I wanted to talk about it earlier this week, and I didn't get a chance to do that. And when it comes to TikTok, TikTok really is for people that show up every day. My thing is maybe I need to make like little shorter videos and post them and do that. But my thing, I also like to have subjects where I'm talking about something and it's dealing with something spiritual like an herb or an element or a tarot card or something or full moon or a new moon and all that. And then I think of a song and I tailor it. I, you know, put a belt around it. Like it's like a waist and I put the belt around the waist and I make it work. I pull the belt together and fit it in the loops and there we go. And you got something new to add, a new song or whatever, that you can play, even when you're not with me. But I'm thinking about that and I want to tell you that my channel on YouTube is called Sunset Songs. There are lots of channels that go by the name Sunset Songs, but my channel Sunset Songs is the one where you're going to touch it, you're going to click on it, and then you're going to hear this is Shadow Girl Sherry. And I want to say that, again, I've said earlier that I'm not the biggest person when it comes to technology, but I'm trying my best to learn. I'm one where my phone will get to the point where it's blocked, and it's because I've like, I don't know, I've forgotten my password or something. And it's a little ADHD. I feel like there's a lot of energy out here right now, even. There's a lot of people talking about this stuff. These videos keep popping up that everybody's kind of feeling something right now. And beautiful butterfly just went by me, but I didn't get to see what color it was, whether it kind of looked like it was a black butterfly. But anyhow, but basically, yeah, it was a monarch. But anyhow, basically, I see it now. But anyhow, my idea is, and I've kind of lost my track because I looked away. Um, Taking a drink, guys, because as you would imagine, my throat's a little bit dry. But anyhow, guys, basically, when I come up with these songs, I'm trying to build like a playlist up. And when you go over my channel, Sunset Songs, for every time I go live, I'm making a playlist and I want to add the song that went to that live or that video. I want to add it into the playlist so you can actually go and listen. Obviously, you could go and listen to it yourself. Like we live in that day and time. But if you want to work the energy and you want to feel like you're really working it with me, you can watch the video that goes to the video that I've made, and you learn about the herb or the element or whatever like that. And then you go over on my channel, Sunset Songs, and then there is going to be a playlist that's going to be available to you where I'm still working on. I'm pretty far behind, really. I need to put some work into that. Um, there's a playlist that I'm creating with you guys where it's going to be one song leads to another. One song leads to another, and we've got a playlist. So you could use that song to go work out. You could use that song, maybe it's a slow song, a love song. Well, you could play it with your significant other with the lights off. I don't know, whatever you want to do. Or you could go and clean your house, or you could just dance around all by yourself, and you could sing in the shower, whatever you want to do. And that just made me think of the song "Dancing with Myself." What was that by? Billy Idol. Okay. Anyhow, you can see, guys, I love music, so that's why I made a big part of my channel, and I called my channel Sunset Songs. I just have a lot of thoughts that I want to put into the light, and I feel like Sunset Songs has always been a part of my life. I was just waiting for the opportunity to somehow bring it to life. When I was a young girl, I loved music. Um, I love music. Um, I loved I love music, and I still have a love for music, and I wanted to share that love for music, and I wanted to talk about spirituality. So basically, what I want to tell you guys is, um, if you want, I'm hoping that maybe the more people that see, if other people have watched my channel, then you know that when you come on here and you see the name, you see the word Sunset Songs, and you see that word, this is Shadow Girl Sherry, and you're going to hear a voice, but you know that whatever picture is present, you for the most part think that it's not. I'd say that this is Shadow Girl Sherry, but this isn't me. But my idea is right now, and I wanted to start it earlier in the week so I could get more people to show up and show out for me. This is like an outcoming kind of party for me. Um, Today for the Lionsgate's portal, my ritual, the strongest ritual, the ritual that I thought of is to just show up as yourself. Show up as yourself and shine your own light. And, you know, with that being said, the universe can find you. Like if there's things that you're reaching for, the universe has got to know where to send it. So I've always been the type where I've always looked at, okay, I want to be nice. I would like to think that the world is such a nice place. I know that most people that know me know that I'm pretty nice. But the other thing about it is, um, that's the reason. Being so nice is another reason why I became Shadow Girl Sherry, and I didn't even know I was Shadow Girl Sherry. And I just know that the world, sometimes the nicer you are, the nice guy, what is it? The nice guy finishes last. Um, there are people that are so nice, they're the ones that get stepped on a lot. And with that being said, there's been times where I've been so nice where I'm just like, okay, I'm just going to stand back here because I don't want to start anything. I'm going to be real quiet, whatever. And that's just, I'm just shy girl, I guess, shy Sherry. But that's when I decided, I got to the point after COVID-19, after my mom died. There were different things that I was working on while my mom was sick. And, I wanted to start a channel because I was looking for my spiritual like family, my team, and the misfits and all that, and we're getting together and whatever, and I wanted to share that. And to me, it's sometimes I'm talking about shadow work and I'm talking about shadows and all that, but it's to put a light on something. And that's how my channel was born. And another thing about my channel is it was born with the death of my mom. I was going through a really hard, dark period in my life, really really dark period in my life. And I said, okay, I gotten to the point where, okay, I was giving up on my journals. I like to write. I was giving up on that. I was just giving up on a lot of different things. But something came to me and said, no, don't give up. Start opening your notebooks up. Go buy yourself a real pretty diary because, God has got more for you. He's got more for you. So you got to go buy that really nice journal that you like. Maybe the one that's leather bound or whatever. Like it's a beautiful journal, and go buy it because God wants to give you things to write about. Okay. But you got to go out and live your life in order to align with that. And my idea now is with my channel and with me showing up, whether no matter what happens, you're seeing me. You're seeing me. And when I say that, I also want to explain that, guys, I come from a small area. I'm probably not even going to get into any of these notes for today that go along with the Lionsgate's portal. I should try to read some of it. But it might be that I might have to come back later on and go live again, maybe. Or maybe it might be that I'll just come back tomorrow because, again, the Lionsgate's portal is still open tomorrow. It's all the way open till the 12th. And then I can talk about this stuff anytime that something's aligning with the energy of a lion or Leo or anything like that. And I do believe that the next new moon that we have falls under the sign of Leo. Okay, I do believe that's how it works. But so I can still work with it. I can work with all these notes, and believe me, I got a lot of it. I got a sunset song, everything. But basically, on this day, I wanted to choose this day where I'm at a certain age where I've got to show up and I've got to be me, and that's what you have to do because that's how you're going to find the people that are really for you. You're not putting on an act, and this is like taking off a mask for me. And I'm nervous about it, but at the same time, it feels so good because I'm thinking, well, Um, why should I keep all this stuff inside of myself? I need to share it with other people. And if there's other people that are misfits or you feel like you don't fit in, well, then hopefully I'm going to make you feel like you fit in here. And that's what it's all about. And basically, last year at this time was the very first time that I decided that I was going to go live. And I was so nervous about that. I was so nervous about that. But I did it. I did it. And I kept hearing, for whatever reason, I kept hearing words like in my head, like a cage, like get out of the cage and step onto a stage. Get out of the cage and get on the stage. Get out of the cage and get on the stage. And the more I went into it, and you're walking your path and your spiritual journey and all that, um, I found out that yes, I'm a Gemini sun. Like my sun sign is Gemini. When I was born, the day that I was born, the sun was in Gemini, but the moon was in Leo. Okay, and Leo's about stepping out, and I'm not going to say maybe, yeah, maybe stealing the show or making your own channel that's like a show. I guess I don't know, but um, that this was a part of myself that needed to be expressed, and that's how my channel was born. I'm expressing myself. And I think last year, the very first song that I used when I went live was Express Yourself by Madonna. People may have thought, well, why are you picking an older person like Madonna? Well, I'm a Madonna fan, but I'm also a Whitney Houston fan. I am a Sabrina Carpenter fan. And guys, I can't wait till I can come back to you guys and talk about Sabrina Carpenter and Madonna. Okay? Because I'm telling you, I was already talking that stuff last year. I was talking that stuff last year at this time. I was hearing it. I'm telling you, like, I really think that we are more powerful than we give ourselves credit for. And when you know, you know. And when I found out, a little bit more about Sabrina and Madonna, I'm like, oh well, I was already working that last year on the Lionsgate's portal, and I am their fan. I'm a Madonna fan. Again, I think the very first song that I picked when I went live was "Express Yourself" by McDonald. Mc, Mc, guys, am I hungry? McDonald's. I almost said McDonald's, but by Madonna. I wonder if Madonna likes McDonald's. I don't know. Anyhow, but that was the very first song that I picked when I went live. Um, and it was just about expression, expressing yourself and being who you are and being the star that you are. And I was so nervous about it. It was like getting out of a cage and stepping onto a stage. And that's what I kept thinking about, stepping out of the cage, get out of the cage because the door's not locked. That's kind of the way I look at it. Even that's kind of like what the devil tarot card is a lot about. It's about like temptation and all that, but I'm looking at it in a different way, because there's chains in the devil tarot card, but and you can make it work. But last year I thought, okay, it's kind of like being in a cage when you don't it's kind of like being in a cage when you don't come out and you're not being who you really are, being your authentic self and loving yourself and choosing yourself. And when you go out into the world, if you're being yourself and you're loving yourself, people are going to see that light. The universe is going to see that light. I think that, I think God loves that. When you choose yourself, you're just being honest and you're showing up as yourself. And I was so nervous to do that. And I'm going to explain why. Um, I may be a Madonna fan, but I'm definitely not the type of person where I like being out like in front of a bunch of people. I talk a lot about like my grandmother. I spend a lot of time with my grandma. I look out for my grandma. My grandma is not the type to, and it was going to church that got her that way. She used to be real quiet and shy and all that different stuff, but oh man, she could talk to you forever. But she's really sweet, and she's very outgoing, and she loves people. And if you place her in front of a bunch of people, she might be a little bit nervous, but at the same time, you could probably give her a microphone. There's been a lot of times, a microphone phone has been handed to her, and she will talk and tell her story. And but guys, and I'm just telling you guys because I'm showing up as myself, and this is my story. Um, a lot of times when it came to my grandmother, and it has come to my family, or it's come to me, and like especially my grandmother's been has taken that mic a lot of times, and it's been a funeral. My grandmother has taken that mic a lot of times, and I gotta should I'm in my car, so I gotta cool off a little bit. It is like hot today. It's the Lionsgate's portal, it's heat, all that. But a lot of times, for my grandmother, um, and even for myself, because I had a lot of older people around me when I was growing up. Um, a lot of times for my grandmother, that mic that she was handed, a lot of times obviously it was at church, but other times when she was handed that mic, she was at a funeral. And I see a Sunshine has joined me. Thank you so much, Sunshine. There's been other people to join me, and I'm so sorry. I usually call everybody's name out, you know, as they come in, and I apologize for that, because it's just the point. I guess I'm kind of excited, and I'm happy for myself that I'm finally stepping out and being who I am, and seeing that name Sunshine. His That's just a beautiful sign to me. Sunshine, okay? Because I'm coming out, and I'm sharing my light, and that's what it's all about. But when I'm talking about my grandmother, a lot of times, for her, it's when she was handed that microphone. uh, she was at a funeral. She was like losing a family member, a sister, a brother. Um, Obviously, she's been to her mother's funeral. I wonder how old my Nana would be if she was still here. Like, my Nana was, she'd be old, and she was old when she passed. And she loved life, and it was hard for her when she knew she was going. But my grandmother has, put her own daughter away. She went to her own daughter's funeral. That's my mom, and that was hard for the both of us and everything. And that's a part of my channel as well. Like, I want I want to live my life, and my idea is to, even when I'm talking about dark stuff, is only in shadowy kind of things. It's because I want to go through things with people, and I want to help someone, show you that you can transmute negative energy into positive energy. And what I wanted to say, is that, again, if you want to um, know exactly what I look like, this is going to be the idea. And you know, I wanted to advertise this whole idea. I want to get to the point where I can actually make events. Like, okay, this is an event that I have event, and I'm going to share it, and I'm going to put it out on TikTok, so my viewers already know that there's an event set up, and then people know that I'm coming on, and they can show up and show out. I haven't gotten there yet. Okay, it's day by day. I do have a lot on my plate. Um, but my idea is, today is the day. I wasn't going to put myself away anymore. I wasn't going to put myself away anymore. I'm walking through the door, and because I want the universe to know who I am. I want the universe to know where I am. I want God to know that I love myself. And um, that's what it's all about. And am I nervous? Yes, but I want to share this. The image that you're looking at right now is me, Shadow Girl Sherry. If you followed me, if you've listened to any of my other videos before, um, I've come up, and I have not shown up for myself. I made my videos, and I hid behind my voice and everything. I do like the sound of my voice for the most, the most part, whatever. But um, you know, I I was hiding, and it's a part of being shy. But I'm gonna tell you the main thing about, and I'm gonna be real. The main reason why um I have gone, I've walked in a shadow in here on my channel. I've been on my own channel, and I've been walking in, like, behind the scenes, like a curtain, right? But today it was a curtain call. But basically, I was standing from behind. I see a CM Johnson 1978 has joined me. Thank you so much. I wish I had asked, I wish I had acknowledged everybody as they came in. It's like coming in a door, whatever. And I want you to feel like you're coming into like a house or something. And I want you to feel comfortable and all that. That's the way that I want you to feel. But today I guess I just got a little bit, because I'm excited for myself, the fact that I'm actually stepping forward. Um, because today is said to be the time where you want to shine. And I'm saying this to anybody that comes on. If there's a book that you want to write, I feel like anybody that joins me today, and I feel like it's for anybody really, there is no need to be jealous of someone else. This is just a message, and this is just coming off the top of my head because I wanted to have a build up to this day because I had this idea, okay, on the eighth month, eighth day, the Lionsgate's portal, the height is on that day. I want to come and I want to show up and show out, and I'm going to take the mask off basically. Okay. And you're going to know exactly what I look like. And there we go. And I wanted to have a build up to that. Right. But I want to share with you guys really one of the biggest reason as to why I haven't, all this time I've been going live or even before I went live. And, I was just making a video, whatever. I always, even now I'm going to stay Shadow Girl Sherry because that's like what I'm known as, Shadow Girl Sherry, even though I have another name, but that's working my way to it. Um, so you're still going to get Shadow Girl Sherry, and we're going to be talking about a little bit of everything. But at the same time, right here and right now, I'm going to share the main reason as to why I haven't been showing up in my videos. And the reason, guys, the reason why that and I'm going to be saying it a lot, the reason why that I have not shown up in my videos is because I live in a smaller area. I live in a smaller area, and there are friendly people, but then there are people that are nosy. There are people that are nosy. Um, there's gossiping. I've gone to places lately where I know, people know the sound of my voice, and they will say things. And I guess it's taunting because I'm just like, you know what? It's taunting, but not haunting because I'm coming out, and I'm not going to keep hiding behind the scenes. And they know the sound of my voice, so they know it's me. And family's one thing, they'll know and whatever but there have been other people, and they're even professional people. Like I'm going to an office or something, and it could be like I won't even go all into it, but I'm going into certain places where certain things need to be taken care of, and it's not even about me. It's nothing about me. Like I'm like taking my grandma somewhere, and she's needing to get something done, and then there will be somebody that will come out and say something, almost to say little things that sounds like the things that I have said in my videos. So I know that I'm being watched. I know that I'm being watched. And I feel like there's been different times where people have taken some of the things that I talk about, and they look at it in the wrong way, like the word ritual. Okay, the word ritual. Now let's think about it. Everybody has rituals. There are things that you do when you wake up in the morning. It may be that every day you drink coffee, okay? And when you get up in the morning to wake up, okay, you take your vitamins, okay? Before you go to bed, the nighttime ritual before you go to bed might be to play some music and calm down, or hopefully come in when Shadow Girl Sherry is going live. You're going to join her, and that you guys are going to make me the ritual that you want to make, keep in your life. But everybody has their rituals, whether you know it or not. And like before you're going to bed, you brush your teeth, you have a drink of water, I don't know, you have some kind of an I don't know, a nightcap, whatever before you go to bed. I don't know, you pray, okay? Um whatever, but we all have rituals. And I've been in places where people have come out and they're saying things about rituals and all this, and they have no idea who they're really talking about, but they think that they know me. And guys, that's the main reason right there why I have not come out and shown who I am, because I'm saying that I'm speaking to everybody. If you hear the sound of my voice, I think you're hearing it for a reason. I think you're hearing it because there is something that you need to deliver. There's something you need to put out into the universe. Don't keep wasting your own time. If there's a book that is inside of you that you need to write, start on it. Don't be intimidated. Just put a couple of words down and just think about it a little bit. Take the first steps. If there's a song you want to sing or you want to write, just start somewhere. Everybody had to start somewhere. Okay, I'm hoping that it'll be today that if you hear my voice, you're going to take it as a sign or a signal or synchronicity, whatever you want to call it, to get started on your own life and to choose yourself and to choose your crown, right? Choose your crown. Lions claim their crown, and that's why in this picture I'm looking up, because it's kind of like, okay, I'm looking up and give me my crown, like it's mine. So place it on top of my head. That's basically what I'm saying. And I just feel like for whoever might be listening to me right now, I feel like there's something that is inside of you that wants to get out. That's the reason why you are watching my videos. You're tuning into my channel right now, or you hear the sound of my voice. Maybe you're hearing the sound of my voice and you decided you don't want to come in today. I don't know. But I do think that there's some reason why you're listening to my voice right now, because I have decided to put my best foot forward, and I've decided to step out and be who I am, no matter what people think, right? No matter what people think. And believe me, I think a lot. That's why another reason why I came up with my channel, because I have so many thoughts running around in my head. And it's like, okay, people think I'm so quiet, but then the people that are around me, like my friends that I've been around, or I never forget this guy telling me, he's like, people think you're so quiet, but then when you get you just have to warm up and get closer to people, and then you don't know when to stop talking. So that's why I decided to come up with my channel. But basically, I'm telling you that if you hear the sound of my voice, I feel like there's something in you that wants to come out and it wants to shine, and it needs to be celebrated, whatever it might be. It could be a book, it could be a song, it could be a cookbook. It could be a recipe. I don't know, but there's something creative that you have to do, and it wouldn't be so bad to start on it now, um, because that's what I'm doing. Like, this was such a big step for me to come forward and show everybody what I look like. But even now, I want to say it, guys. This picture right here is, it's made over. It's made over, and but it's me. It's me. It's kind of like this is actually in your phone. There's different things that you can use. Like you can use anime. You can use um all different ones that you can pick from. But this was the watercolor one. And the thing that got to me about the watercolor one, the ones that I was picking, the filters, whatever that I was, and it's 111, guys. You know what that means? Three ones together. That is about us. Like whoever's listening right now is about you. Because when you put ones together, you got three. That's the number of creation. But anyhow, and I'm loving these messages that I'm getting. But basically, the watercolor one was the first one that when I was using the filters, the watercolor one, it was the one that picked, that actually put, included, because I had the word sunset songs on the picture, and I had the words "This is Shadow Girl Sherry" on the picture. Now when I started working with the filters and all that, um it took the name off. It took the name Sunset Songs off, which is the real name to my channel. And they also took the name, "This is Shadow Girl Sherry" off of the picture. The very first one that kept it and chose it, because I put it on there, and that's the way I want it to look, because I took a picture and I put those words on it. The first one that honored it and accepted it, I'll say, was the watercolor filter, right? And I thought that was so funny that the watercolor one was the first one that worked with it, because I work with the elements of nature. I like lighting candles. I like lighting candles. I like working with candles. The very first time I went live, I used a candle. The idea was, just go back and watch the first live. And I say it all the time, but you know, I I like working with candles. I like um I like the elements of nature. I like walking around in nature. I like putting my face or my feet on solid ground or on grass, and that's called grounding. I like that. I like doing these things. And I like working with the elements of nature. And the first one that accepted the challenge, I guess, to start out with Shadow Girl Sherry for the first time was watercolors. So what you're looking at right now is water. That's the watercolor one. But this is really me. And but the thing about it is that I want to get out there is that I'm going to put you see this as the main thing here on, as you know, here on TikTok, or here on TikTok. But once you go over an hour on TikTok, you're not ticking and talking no more. So you've talked and you've went over an hour. So they don't allow you to upload that full live onto TikTok. But I can make little clips of it. So you're going to see clips of this here on TikTok, and this is what it's going to look like. But when you come over on my channel, Sunset Songs, you're going to see this picture, but from there, it's going to be the real Sherry. You're going to see me. Like, you're going to see me, the picture that this was made off of. So you'll see who you have been talking to for the last, I don't know how long, ever long you've been following me. And guys, I just want to really thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for being here with me through this journey, for accepting me, for allowing my voice to be a part of your life, for allowing me to come in your home, whatever. I just want to thank you guys so much because you don't know how much you've made me come out more. And I want to keep showing up and showing up for you, showing up for myself and showing up for you guys. But basically, this what I'm going to be doing, the thing that I'm trying to use to get over, and I don't think I got it out to enough people today, but the thing that I want to use is the fact that you've been following my voice, the sound of my voice, for a while, for whatever long time, the amount of time you've been following me, and I want to thank you so much. Um, but you haven't known exactly who you've been listening to. And yeah, I feel like that's really not fair. It's not fair to you. It's not fair to me. So for this Lionsgate's portal, I decided that finally I was going to step out and show you exactly what I look like. But the idea is here on TikTok, you're going to get like the watercolor picture. Next time you might get this same picture and it might be I don't know, I don't know, whatever other ones. There was a portrait effect, or the painting, like it's going to be like a painting of it or whatever, or I don't know what the different filters are, but that's going to be the one. Or it's going to be like me and I'm in a scene or something like that. But I'm trying to figure out how to use my tech and computer and my phone and all that, upload a picture of myself, and you're going to start seeing more and more of me. But for the most part, when you come here on TikTok, you're not going to see that. You're going to see something that's more animated, or for the most part. But for a while, in order for you to see the real me, like my skin, everything, you're going to have to go on my channel, Sunset Songs on YouTube. And over there, you're going to see the actual picture that this was made from. And that's going to I'm trying to, it'll be a little bit of a tease to get you guys to join me on my or not on my Facebook, forget Facebook. Join me on my channel, Sunset Songs, on YouTube, because YouTube is called YouTube. It's about you. So my idea was, okay, I'm going to ask, that's going to be the way that I'm going to say, okay, tease you a little bit. Come and join my channel on YouTube. Come and subscribe to me on YouTube, because I got to get that channel moving more than it's doing. Like, um, a lot of people, they will come and view my channel here on TikTok and listen to me, whatever, and but then I don't get the subscribers on my YouTube channel. I haven't figured out yet how to link the two together. So I want to link the two together, and then it's going to be so much easier for you to do that. But the idea is, with this is a little bit of a tease. You're seeing me, that this is the image of me. This is really what I look like. But at the same time, I still feel like it's a little bit watered down, because I've used stuff, the filter that is being used here, it was called watercolor, right? But when you go over on my channel, Sunset Songs, which is my here on TikTok, it's Sherry Shadow Closet, it's Shadow Girl Sherry, stuff like that. It's the same over on. I still have that hashtag on over on YouTube. But on YouTube, my main channel is called Sunset Songs, and I'm trying to get more traffic over to my YouTube channel because I want my both of my channels to grow, and as I keep going, I want to add and get on other platforms. But the idea is now I'm going to be showing up more, and I'm going to be it's really is Shadow Girl Sherry. This is me. And but when you come over and you find me on YouTube, it's called YouTube. You're going to see the actual picture that I took this from. I rushed with this picture because again, I do have a pretty good amount of stuff on my plate that I have to take care of. My grandmother, I have my responsibilities, and it adds up. And we love our families, and that we love our lives, but sometimes it adds up. And I don't know, you get tired, whatever. But um, and I don't even know how I got there. But basically, YouTube is where you're going to see the real me. You're going to see my real picture. And you're going to see the picture that this was birthed from, really. And it was changed up by watercolors. And I like that. I like the way it came out. There's another one that goes by sci-fi. I love that because the filter, the pictures that they come up with for me, for my picture, they're always really cute. They'll put like crystals on me, and I love crystals. And they'll go and find some crystal and put it on me, and I'm like, oh, this is fun, man. This is a wonderful time to be alive. Like, it's a lot out here, but there's a lot of fun too if you're looking for it, right? And so basically, that's the idea. You start here, but guys, if you feel like you're a bit of a misfit, you feel like I don't know, you like music, whatever, guys, help me to grow on my channel on YouTube. YouTube Sunset Songs, and more as you click over there, you're going to see the real picture of me. You're going to see what I really look like. And now I'm going to tell you again as to why it's taken me so long to come out like this and show you exactly what I look like. It was about doing shadow work, but another thing it was about is about the fact that I live in such a small area. I live in a small area where there's nice people, but then there are people that are nosy. There are people that like to gossip, spread rumors, think things like, oh, well, she's got a channel where she's talking about what spells, or you do a spell every time you say something. Like you're spelling something out to the universe. But there will be people that take that and think, oh, well, she's doing evil works or something. And if they knew the real me, they would know that's not how I work. So it's about shadow work, and I need to do shadow work. And guys, just I hope that you will help me grow here on TikTok. You'll subscribe. It's all up to you if you want to leave a heart, whatever. But the more you come, you join me, you're putting this message out into the algorithm. And I feel like I'm sharing these are my stories, that things that have happened in my life. I'm very imaginative, so some things I'm going to come up with different kind of stories, but I'm going to have a fun way to put it out there. But you guys just don't even know how much you guys help me. And I just hope that you'll help me to grow. You'll help me to grow, and I love flowers and all that. I talk about a little bit of everything, right? I think sometimes TikTok doesn't even know where to put me. Like they'll talk real good to me. Oh, it'll send me to different places on TikTok saying, "Oh, well, everything's about to get wonderful for you." Like send me to a tarot reader, and I always know when I'm doing good. But then at the same time, it'll let me know when I'm doing bad because it'll be like, "Oh man, girl, this is going to be going on in your life or whatever." And one thing that they have told me recently is something about, you know, you have a lot of different thoughts, and they don't know exactly where to put me because I'm so different, but that makes me unique, and that's what I love about myself. And one thing that I definitely love about my looks is my eyes. But today I'm choosing me. And but the big thing for me is always it's been the fact that people are coming from a smaller area, small minds. I'll go to some like another place, like it could be like a different like doctor, a dentist, or anything, and they will have broader ideas, like lots of, just when I go out to the surrounding areas, it's more open. There's open minds. You see different people. You don't have to, you don't just see like just black and white. You see it's more diversity. It's more, and and not to say that I don't have there's not diversity in my area, but the more you reach out, the more it opens up. There's more ideas coming in. There's more different restaurants, and it's just more open, and I love when I get a chance to go out and do that. But I do, I look out for my grandmother a lot, so I have responsibilities. But whenever you watch my videos, guys, you're helping me with that. Like, you're helping me to channel some of the energy that I've got to hold back, because I spend a lot of time, I'm being real, with my grandmother, and I love her. Let me tell you, my grandmother raised me, and I'm giving that back to her. Like, I'm looking out for her now, doing what she did for me. But my grandmother's gotten to the point where her legs aren't, she's older now, and I can't, we can't just go everywhere and think we're going to spend a whole day and everything like that. And it's something, because my grandma was the type where she loved walking. She loved walking. She loved, yeah, she loved to dance. Everybody always talks about her when she would come to weddings, how she would love to dance and stuff. And it's something to see people get older. But my grandma still has that spirit and everything, and that's what this is about. When you come and you watch my videos, you listen to the sound of my voice, um, it's like you're helping me to get out. My voice, that was all, that's what it was all about. Getting my voice out there and being heard. And now it's about being seen, and knowing that I have a right to be here, or else I wouldn't have been born. And I always felt like I had different ideas that I wanted to celebrate. And when you guys listen to my channel, no matter how long you listen to it, you're helping me. You're helping me. And, we want to help each other. And I want to say, if you ever join any of my lives or whatever, or especially, I'm going to say this, if you subscribe to me on any of the platforms that I'm going to be on, uh, my idea is I want to follow you too. I want to follow you too, and especially here on TikTok, because it'll be easier for me to see. If you follow me here on TikTok, and like you're spreading like a positive message, and you could be doing shadow work or whatever like that, and maybe you're talking about a little something, but at the same time, there's some things that you talk about in order to transmute. You got to go through things in order to get through things, right? And learn. So if you um add me here on TikTok, I'm going to see it. And I see that you're spreading some type of a positive message or whatever, and it's not like, oh, I'm going to go out and, I don't know, do this terrible stuff. Um, I will add you, because it's all about, we're trying to grow here, and we're trying to live our best lives. If we can get monetized, come on now, you can relax more and enjoy your family more, and enjoy the things that are out here more. If I could get monetized, and if you guys support me that way, and I see a Mama Joe has joined me, thank you guys. No matter how long, oh, it's your birth. Oh, come on, Mama Joe. Now your name is going up. Your Was it Mama Joe? Mama Joe, come on now. Your birthday is today. Oh wow. Like, today's a wonderful day to have a birthday. I don't care what anybody says. There are people that don't believe in things like the Lionsgate's portal and all that. I'm telling you, last year on this day, I told you guys, that this is when I started going live for the first time, um I started on the first time I went live on TikTok on this day, the 8th day of 2025. Now today's a year. It's been a year. And the thing about it was, thank you, Mama Joe. I'm going to follow you. I got you. I got you. So the thing about, because we are growing. We are growing. And I know you're growing because today's your birthday. Okay. And the idea was, last year on this day, I went live But there were other little things I was doing behind the scenes too. And there was there's a person that I'm really close with. I went over to his house and he showed me a picture, and it was on the 8th month, 8th day, the same day that I was doing these, different things. And it was all positive, but it was behind the scenes and I was just celebrating and, being by myself. And he comes and he shows me a picture, and it was a picture of a fox. And I've been kind of seeing foxes. Like at that point, I was seeing them, and you don't see them all the time, right? But I took that as a sign because he showed me the picture, and the fox had come to his house, and he got it. He took a picture of it, and it was on the 8th month, 8th day, and it was the cutest fox. But basically, what I'm saying is, I'm saying happy birthday to Mama Joe. Mama Joe's birthday is today, and Mama Joe, I'm giving you a follow. Mama Joe, I want you to know that there are some people that don't believe in these things, right? And they don't believe in like the energy of the Lionsgate's portal. But to me, I think that was magical. What I shared about my friend, like I was doing one thing and then another. He could have taken that picture any other time, but it was stamped on the picture, the 8th month, 8th day, in his phone. And I told him about it. And there's people that don't want to believe in energies like this. But come on now. The universe and everything, it's bigger. It's big. So there's a lot out there. And to me, that's a lot of energy. We've got the energy of the sun. We've got the energy, that's the king. That's the king. We've got the energy of the sun or goddess, whatever you want to call it, lioness, whatever you want to call it. But that's a lot of energy. We've got the sun, and then we've got this bright star called Sirius, right? And why not claim it? Like, why not claim the energy and see what happens? Do something on this day. Now, my thing is, I wanted to share all this information that I had, and I failed to do that, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I did that. And my phone right now is at 336, and I think about when you add those two numbers, 36, you three and a six, you get nine, and that would be nine alone. But at the same time, even if you took that three and then the six, and then you put a nine behind it, guys, what do you have? You have the 369 method. So, what I want to share with you today, especially with Mama Joe, is I don't think it would be such a bad thing to do to work with the manifestation method, the 369 method today. Today would have to be a powerful day. But the one thing that I have to say about today that I do want to share, I wanted to get this video started early. I didn't get all the information out that because I have so much more to read from. But again, I can read this stuff anytime there's something in Leo. And tomorrow, really, because tomorrow is Sunday. And when you think about Sunday, you think about the sun, you could look at it as the Father, Son, the Blessed Holy Spirit, going to church, that kind of energy. But you could also look at it as this is within you, or you could look at it, and all depends on the way you look at it. You could look at it as the sun, because the sun is always out there. Even on the darkest day, the sun is still there. It's just, it's not as bright, but it's there. And to me, there's so many beautiful messages out here, and it's all about what you want to listen to. And this day, I am choosing to listen to the voices inside of me. And you guys, when you listen to my voice and you subscribe to my channel, I want you to know I like all different types of music. We're going to be singing, we're going to be dancing, and we're going to be manifesting our best lives. At least we're trying, right? We are trying for it. And again, Mama Joe has celebrating her birthday today, so this is awesome. But most likely, I'm probably not going to be able to go live again tonight. I got some things that I have to do, but it might be tomorrow where I'm going to go down because my notes are already written out. I've got a sunset song, everything, but there's going to be some time where I'm going to be able to deliver this. But basically, really, what I wanted to do today, I wanted to introduce the idea of when you come on TikTok, I'm going to start showing up more. You might see me where it's not going to be somebody else that AI and I've come up with. It's going to be the real Sherry for the most part. Maybe sometimes I might play around with it, but probably the other person, that the AI friend, it's going to be like a friend in the video, but I'm the main character here, right? Because think about it. who's the main character in your life? Because if you're not the main character, um, I don't know, like you're living for somebody else. You got to pick yourself. You got to choose. You got to choose yourself. And my idea for today was I wanted to get it started earlier in the week. It didn't work out that way, but my big thing was today. I'm going to show up as me. This isn't a real. This is a picture that has been touched over by AI, but this picture was taken from my phone and it is me. I, Shadow Girl Sherry, am an African American female, and this is what I look like. The tease that I'm putting out there is if you join me, I want you to join me here. Mama Joe has followed me. I'm going to follow my Mama Joe because we're trying to grow here. And Mama Joe is got some luck. She has got some good energy because her birthday's today. Okay, so she's giving me a follow. I'm gonna make sure that today I'm gonna give Mama Joe a follow. And if I get on sometime and Mama Joe, because I know her name, Mama Joe goes live, I'm gonna join one of Mama Joe's lives, right? Because we trying to grow on here. We're trying to grow. That's the idea. And the idea is when you come on here, you see my face or whatever, you're gonna see a little bit of a tease. But the way that I'm trying to get you to follow me over onto YouTube, when you go over there at some point before this Lionsgate's portal is out, I'm going to try to make it by the end of the day. You are going to see this actual picture up. It's probably going to, it's probably going to be the main, like the thumbnail for this video. And then when you click on it, you'll see this video. But my main picture, and believe me, I'm nervous because when I took this picture, um, I had this idea that I wanted to look like a lion or a tiger, something like that. And I got, you can see the print. I've got an outfit that's got line, a cat print on it, and a jungle, okay? And then you can't really see it well in this picture, but I'm wearing a necklace of a lion, okay, the king of the jungle. That's what's on my necklace, okay? And but the idea is I dressed up to try to look the most like a lion that I could. There's going to be other videos, other pictures that I took where I added, I used like uh, makeup, and I made whiskers for myself, black whiskers. There's one where I even made my nose, and there's a reason why the nose looks the way it does. And I got to tell you, the reason why the nose, you know what, I'm going to share it. My cat Sasha, I say that my cat is my co-host, right? Here on my channel. I've been saying it for years from the very beginning. She was in the very first video that I made. Sasha was in, she stole the show. Sasha was in it. And last year on the Lionsgate's portal, if you go back a year and you look at my video from the Lionsgate's portal last year, you're going to see a cat. And that cat was my cat, I say my cat co-host, Sasha, okay? Half of her nose is pink and half of her nose is gray. So what I painted, I made my nose out, and it was a rush job because I had other things I had to do. I have a lot of things I have to take care of. Um, I made half of my nose pink. I made half of it gray, and then I should have known by now. But I had the two colors mixed up. The pink should have been on the other side. The next time I do something like that, is the pink is going to be on the right side, the gray, you know what I mean? But my cat was very, very distinctive. But I did say my cat was. And last year for the Lionsgate's portal, I was so nervous, but I decided, okay, I'm still going to go live. So that's like stepping out of the cage and onto a stage, right? And anytime anything comes up in Leo, I'm telling you, you're going to hear about cages and stages because it's about letting that lion out and being wild and being who you are, right? And I the first time I went live, and the first time I went live, you heard my voice. And I said, I'm like, okay, what would be a cute way for me to go live the next time? So the first time I had it all made up like it was like a scene, it was an altar. For you and for me, there was a candle, guava scented candle. I think there may have been 13 people who joined my first live. And the idea was if I was so nervous. I was thinking nobody would join. But I said, if one person joins me, the candle in this in the scene, it was an altar. It was for you. It was for me. Everybody that joined. But if nobody joined, I wasn't going to light the candle. If somebody joined, the next time that I went live, I was going to light the candle. So there were, I believe it was 13 people that joined me. I think it was 13 people. So the next time, and I told it in the first video, I said, being that you 13 people listen to my voice and you join me, you've lit the fire, right? You've lit the fire. And the next time I go live, the candle's going to be lit. So I lit the candle. Now, I haven't been doing that lately, putting pictures of candles up for the most part because that takes more time. But for the most part, when I make videos and I go live, there's a candle burning as I'm talking. And the candle is for you, is for me, and it's about us, stepping out and doing our things and claiming the energy that's out here for us, right? But I'm lighting that candle and I feel like I'm making the videos and my words, everything, my prayers, my thoughts, everything is going into that candle. And it's for you, it's for me, and we're building a team. We're building a spiritual family and we're building our dreams up. It could be from the root up, but we're doing this. And basically, I got off track again. I did say, last year, I think it may have been the third video that I made, the Lionsgate's portal was still open. So I'm thinking about my cat Sasha. Thought about my cat Sasha, and I'm like, oh, Sasha's so pretty. She's so pretty, and she's so cute. And Sasha is so distinctive, right? Like she was had a very distinctive look. Um, she was a tortoise shell. And last year at this time, I think it was the third time I went live, and it was within the Lionsgate's portal. I put her picture up saying, okay, Sasha, I'm a little bit too nervous to put my own picture up. You're so pretty and you're so distinctive. And will you go up for me? And believe me, if Sasha had been like a real person and I had asked Sasha to do anything, Sasha would have been on it. Sasha was such a sweet cat. My cat Sasha died last month, and I'm so sad. That's why I didn't want to start talking about it. I love my cat, and I got her cremated, and you know, I have her ashes and everything, and the people that did every oh, they did a beautiful job. They put like some of her fur in a bow, and I get to have her fur. They did a beautiful job. Obviously, I'm not going to say their name or anything because I don't want to give out the area I'm in because it's a small area. But uh, they did such a beautiful job. I got a little print of her paw, everything, and her ashes. I'm gonna get one of those little necklaces that you can put. I can put some of her ashes in it. But my cat died, and she was very very sick. I didn't see it coming. I did everything that I could do for her, and but in the end, there was nothing I could do. Oh man, I'll be sharing the story as time goes on. The more I feel comfortable, because hey, I called her my cat co-host, so I gotta honor her here on my channel. But I put her up. I put her up as the picture last year, and but she's not here this year. She's gone. She died in July, and I decided, Sasha did it last year. She's not here for me. Um, she wants me to continue the channel. And so this year I said, I've got to do it. I'm so nervous. I don't know whatever. But I'm going to put my own picture up, and that is just going to be for Sasha. Because again, I said, if Sasha were here, like if Sasha were like a real person, um, she would do anything for anybody. She was such a sweet cat. Everybody always said that about her, and very, very distinctive, her look. But I'll share something that happened the day that I came back from we had picked her I had picked her up from getting cremated, and oh, there was something, and I'll just share it. There were, and I'm gonna say it again, because this is the end of the live, right? I'm not. This is the end. When I came back from picking her up, I got her remains, brought them in. Beautiful job that they did, but it's hard to think of something, that was my cat that, she's ashes now. And Sasha was so cute. And I thought about her little nose, everything, but I love her. And um, so she was cremated, and they did a beautiful job. And the vet that was taking care of her, they did an amazing job taking care of her. I even got a letter from them, saying um, that talking about Sasha and how sweet she was and how distinct she was, and just getting the letter, the card. They don't. I still got to call them and let them know because I got so many other phone calls and things that I have to make, in everyday life, things that I got to take care of. But they did a good job. They did an amazing job taking care of her. Um, but the card was so sweet. Um, my cat Sasha died, and I but last year at this time she you wouldn't I didn't see it coming, and that's one of the reasons why I decided to go live. But when I came back from having, she's cremated, I went and picked up her remains. I'm going to say it again on my video, and it'll probably be at the very beginning of the video so everybody will get it and hear it. Sometime I'm going to share it because it's all about my personal journey and I share different things. When I came back from having her cremated and, we're picking her up, it's 144 now. Anybody's listening to this, you're chosen one, 144. Okay. When I came back from, in bringing her remains home, um, I believe in angels, right? And, there was I don't often see blue jay feathers. I don't often see blue jay feathers, and even where I'm at, in the state that I live in, it's said to be illegal to even take blue jay feathers. I think it may be other bird feathers as well. Like it's illegal because obviously the thought is don't hurt an animal or a bird just to get their feather, right? Because beautiful feathers, and come on, blue jay feathers are beautiful, but blue jay feathers, because they are blue and they can be so distinctive, okay, they stand for the throat chakra. The throat chakra really aligns with the energy of Gemini because Gemini is all about communication, right? And I'm a Gemini. And when I came back from the throat chakra, it's blue. It's about communication, talking, speaking your mind. Because blue jays, I think the thing about blue jays are, um, they are, they I don't know if they're it's the singing that they do, or I think it's they're aggressive, so they are saying what they mean. They're like, I'm here, and that's like your voice, right? And when I came back from picking her up, here's her remains. um when I came back, I decided to walk around through my yard. I went to the back of my house, in my backyard. And again, I don't see a lot of blue jay feathers, right? I really don't. I see the blue jay, but I don't. I just don't see a lot of blue jay feathers, right? When I first started working with manifestation, I wanted to see a blue jay feather, and that's another story too. But I finally found the blue jay feather. It was at my foot, right? But when I came back, I've seen like one blue jay feather laying out right in my yard, or if I'm at the park or something like that. But it's not often. But I'll see one. But when I came back from picking her up, I'm like, Sasha, girl, what are you doing up there? What are you doing? Like, mommy does not like when she was a little cat. Of course, obviously that's the thing. They're honoring you, and they're like they're like saying like kind of like you're my king and thank you for what you do. It's a sacrifice, okay? And they will bring you like dead things. Sasha used to like to bring when she was real like a you know, real we not long after we got her, she used to find bunnies, little rabbits, and they would be I'd come to my front door and here's, a rabbit without a head. And of course I didn't like that, but I was telling a friend about it and then he explained to me what it was. I didn't know. And he's like, yeah, that what she's bringing it to you as like a sacrifice and saying, like thank you for taking care of me. I love you, all these different things. Thank you. This is what I give back to you. And but she would do that. She'd take bunnies. I love bunnies. I love rabbits. I love animals. So I'd be like, Sasha, no, but she'd always be trying to find them. One time she found one and she brought it in her house. She brought it in the house. I saw her something that had eyes and it was little and it had hid. And finally, I'm like, that whatever that was, it had eyes. When it came out, it was a little bunny, right? A little bunny, and I, returned it back to nature. And but anyhow, Sasha would bring the bunnies. Okay, well, when I came home after, and I don't see them often, there was like a little pile of blue jay feathers. Almost not enough to be the complete blue jay, but it was a lot of blue jay feathers. I love blue jays. I don't know what happened, whatever, but that's just what it was. Like, there was a bunch of blue jay feathers in my backyard, and to me that was like a communication from the universe or from Sasha, let me know that, hey, I'm okay. You took care of me when you could. You did the best for me. I love you. I'm going, I'll be with you in spirit. But my body obviously was sick. I got to go be, I'm sorry. Cat heaven for Sasha. Um and but this is for you. This is like my final like gift for you. And here's all these blue jay feathers, and I looked at it as a communication, like from the universe and kind of from her, that she's okay and telling me, okay, last year, mommy, I went live and I put myself out for you. I put myself out here, my little weird self with a nose that's got two different colors. But this year, I'm not down there, okay? But you claim, you put yourself out there and you be who you are. You be who you are. I know it sounds like crazy, but it might sound crazy unless you're a cat or you own a pet. If you own a pet, you know what they mean to you. And like my grandmother, she's been she's still upset about it. We still like get worked up about it. It's been a couple of weeks, but Sasha was so special. And there's nothing like a pet, right? You could have be out in the day and people could have treated you terrible, and then you come home to your pet and you're their world, right? And I miss that. Like, we're gonna wait a while before we get another cat. The next cat I get, it's probably gonna be a black cat because I love black cats, right? When other people, don't want to like, you know what I mean. I like black cats, right? But there were all these blue jay feathers, and I looked at it as, okay, the Lionsgate's portal's coming up, mommy, and this is another thing. When I went to take her to the vet, I think I got a picture of it. I should have put it up for the Lionsgate's portal. I saw on my, in my car, when I was going to taking her to the vet, on the, 888, 3 8s. And then it got to the point where there was 4 8s back to back. And I'm like, that's a number of abundance. And that's the Lionsgate's portal, really. That's the energy of the Lionsgate's portal. And, obviously I took her to the vet. She's passed away, but I look at these two things like saying, "Mommy, I was here last year for you, but you're still down there. You're going to keep doing your thing. You're going to keep doing your thing. You're going to speak your truth. You're going to get out there. You're going to shed love and light. When there's dark times, you're going to be with people, the spiritual team, the spiritual family. You guys are going to transmute it, and you're going to work through it, and you're all going to believe in yourself as you do it. And it's not about being negative. You're going to believe in yourself. And mommy, this year, you're not only going to put your voice out there, but you're going to put a picture of yourself out there. You're going to put a picture of yourself out there because, number one, guys, it wasn't about the fact of me thinking that I'm ugly or anything like that. In your face, think about it. You're honoring your ancestors. That's the way I feel. You're honoring your ancestors. You're honoring your parents. I do look like my mom, and I feel like when I smile, she's smiling. Okay, and she wants me to be happy. She wants me to smile, and that's what this means to me. Like, I'm stepping out. But the hard thing about it, from the very beginning, one of the main reason I'm gonna tell you that I didn't want to come out and be seen on my channel is because I want to be able to talk about what I want to talk about. I'm an adult. There's gonna be times I'm gonna want to talk about adult subjects, not in a way that's like nasty and disgusting, anything like that. But I want to talk about it. Um, Jobs, you have to be careful. When I don't know, whenever I might have to go and find, like, work or whatever. And, you know, I feel like they look at your social media. Okay. And that was one of the reasons, because I want to be able to talk about what I want to talk about. And there's going to be times where I'm going to talk about songs that may be more, I don't know. Janet Jackson has one song, I forget the name, that's very involved. Okay, a little moaning, whatever, those kind of things going on. Well, I might want to pick that as a sunset song. And come on now, I'm an adult. I'm not going to say my age yet, but I am an adult. So there's things I want to be able to talk about. And for the most part, whenever I make videos, I make it to say 18 and up. Like, I don't choose like that children can watch, because I could say something that maybe a parent may not agree with, right? So I always say the idea of an adult 18 and up. So I'm an adult. I want to be able to talk about what I want to talk about. But at the same time, that's been another reason. When you're looking for work, you know what I mean. I'm not monetized yet, and I'm working on that. But when you are out in the work world, okay, um, they're looking at your social media and all that. And I'm just like, I want to be able to talk about what I want to talk about. Okay, I want to make people laugh. I want to make people happy. I want to connect with my viewers. And there's going to be times where I might want to talk about certain things, right? But it's not to be nasty or anything. It's just, hey, it's here. That's how we got here. You know, there's ways that we got here. So I want to be able to talk about everything, right? What I want to talk about. And so that was a reason why I didn't want to go live, or not. I'm not saying go live. That's a reason why I didn't. I put my name out there, but not my last name, just my first name, Shadow Girl Sherry. And then I don't appear in my videos. I don't appear. I wasn't appearing in my videos, so I could hide behind the voice. But another reason why, so it was about work, and that you have to be seen in a certain way, when you're looking for work, because they're checking your social media. And that's the thing about when I've gone to certain places, and there's these places are where people are supposed to be professionals, and then they would come out and talk about my channel, and talking about, oh well, rituals, and talking about rituals that they know about, that were dark, like somebody was being hurt. And I'm like, come on now, I know you're talking about me, and that's not what I'm talking about. I know you're saying that this happened to somebody else, but then you're threatening me in its own way. I'm sorry, by saying, oh well, if I had a ran up on this person, and they had done this to somebody, this person that, and they got away with it. And I'm like, oh my goodness, like, I'm not saying that the person was like, meant to be mean, but it was almost like a threat in a way. And it was just the point. I'm bringing the appointment, and the wasn't even about me. It's about somebody that I love, and I'm making sure that they get somewhere that they need to be at. And I feel like I had to go through that. And I'm like, okay, the next time I'm taking somebody with me, because obviously you feel like you can say whatever you want to say, in front of me. But not only that, you're saying it, for other people to hear. And this is a professional place, right? Where you're not supposed to be talking about those things and hurting people and thinking, come on. And I never addressed it. I let it go. I didn't go to anybody's supervisor or anything like that. I'm not trying to take anybody's job or anything like that. But obviously my channel's being listened to, and people are taking things in the wrong way. Yeah, I say witchcraft. Yeah, I'm interested in the craft and movies, like The Craft and things like that. But it doesn't mean that I'm going out here harming anybody. My idea is to help. And that's one of the reasons why I decided, for the longest time, when am I gonna show my face? Because I don't want to be like, there to be like a discrimination or the wrong idea taken. And I live in a smaller area. People gossip a lot. This is opening me up to people. I know they're gonna they're I want the channel. If I want the channel to grow, I'm telling you to share it. So it doesn't take long for something to get around in an area small is my where I come from. And not only that, it's a safety thing. Everybody has different beliefs. They might people, there have been people that have had like YouTube channels where they have, maybe it was a fan or something, somebody not being, but they've shown up to their house. I take all these things into consideration. It's about safety. It's about my family's safety. That's the way I look at it. So that's why I haven't gone live. Again, I come from a small area, and I don't want people like harassing me or, oh, I saw your channel and this, and making up stories and leaving comments just because you don't like me or something like that. Um, you know, that's my idea. So that's the main reason right there, as to why I've waited this long to show up and show my picture. But when you go over on TikTok, or when you go over on my channel Sunset Songs, when you go on my channel Sunset Songs, when you go over my channel Sunset Songs, you're going to see this picture, but it's going to be the real picture of me. And guys, I'm really putting myself out. I feel like I'm really putting myself out on a limb for you all. I said from the beginning, my channel is about you. The candle, all that I burn is for you, and it's for me. This is my journey, but the idea is for you to go along on the journey with me. And guys, I just want to thank you guys so much for being here for me. Um, so much. It has been a complete year, and I didn't even get any of my notes read, but I could come back tonight and go live again and finish it, or I could just wait till tomorrow, because tomorrow it's the sun energy. And for the next, all the way up to the 12th, we're going to be in the Lionsgate's portal, and even up the 12th is when the Lionsgate's portal closes, and then on I believe it's the 22nd is when Leo season is over with. But we still have new moons that come up in Leo. That's all five. I think that's coming up soon, actually, so I could do it then. I could talk about it then. That'd be a perfect subject. All this 8 energy, because this is the month. It's August, right? um but these are the times that I could talk about this. But I'm going to come back and I'm going to share the message that I wanted to share today. But the big thing is, I wanted to start telling you about how I'm going to show up on here. You're going to see like an animated kind of version of whatever of me. But what you're looking at right now, that is me. That is what I look like. This is the voice you've been following since 2021. Okay. And this is my way in saying thank you for helping me to feel heard, helping me to feel seen, and that I want you to be heard and seen. And it's all about us enjoying our lives, right? The sun, the moon, when you have the sunrise, you have a sunset. That's the whole day's covered, right? And there's always light out there. There's the moon that comes up next, and I talk about all that stuff, right? But it's a celebration. And I want to thank you guys for being here for me. Really, I want to thank you all so much. And maybe I made the video a little long, but I think about Shira Seven right now, who first, got me into that idea of shadow work. There's been times that Shira Seven has talked for hours, and I would love to get to the point where I could be living a life where I could do that, because I'm telling you, I think I could do it. I could talk that long. I think, I think, I think maybe not that long, but um, I definitely try for you guys, and it's all about us. But when you come on here, you're gonna see like a little bit of a made up kind of idea. But if you want to see the real shadow girl Sherry, that stepped out from behind the curtain, that stepped out from behind the shadow, because guys, you helped me, and it started on this day last year, the 8th month, 8th day, the Lionsgate's portal. Um, if you go over there, you're going to see an image. You're going to see what this picture really looks like in real life. Um, you're going to see me. And the idea is, when you show up in your life, you're asking for a glow up, because I feel like I have good things to share to the world, to the universe. I have a lot of good things to share. And it was easier to do those things from behind that voice. This is going to make it, to me, a little bit more complicated, but at the same time, it is about being fearless. It's about being fearless. Lions don't fear. They are the king of the jungle. And even when you think about God, I don't think God, he's not about fear. He's not about fear. And not especially at this time, but you're not supposed to fear, because you've got a part of him, if that's what you believe in, inside of you.
So what can somebody down here, if it's not meant for you, um, they can't do anything. So constantly walking in fear. I know that I have a lot to deal with when it comes. I still have shadow work to do. I've got a lot of root chakra work to do, and I've got a way that I'll be doing that. It's a whole week. We're going to be talking about a lot here. But when you go over on my channel, Sunset Songs, you're going to see the real picture of me. Like this real picture is going to come to life for you. So, but you got the thing is, you got to help me out and go over on to my channel, Sunset Songs, and you'll see it. And the only thing really, guys, that to make it real easy, because I'm not big like when it comes to technology, I looked up the name Shadow Girl Sherry or Shadow Girl Sherry, and when Shadow Girl Sherry came up, um, clear my throat here. I got to get a drink. When Shadow Girl Sherry came up, it was also linked to my channel, my YouTube channel, Sunset Songs. So the only thing you have to do, if you don't know exactly how to find me, because there's lots of channels on YouTube called Sunset Songs, lots of them, right? But when after I named my channel, I decided I this is the name of it because I love music. I love the elements of nature. I was out in my car during COVID-19, and I was listening to music, and I'm like, what am I going to name my channel? And I'm out here in my car, and it was getting close to sunset, like it was sunset. So it came to me, I'm like, Sunset Songs. And I'm like, when I saw the other, I'm like, I'm not changing it. It's just mine is going to be about the law of attraction and my journey with it, right? And it's about taking you with me. And it, that's the idea here. And but Sunset Songs. The only thing you have to do to find me and to join me over on my channel on YouTube, just to make it easier because there's lots of channels called Sunset Songs, just look up Shadow Girl Sherry or Sherry Shadow Closet. Sherry Shadow Closet or Shadow Girl Sherry um, is gonna bring up my my channel that's on YouTube until I get to the point where I know how to link the two together. Because again, guys, I am a techno. Don't want to say it today. What you put out there today, I think is powerful. But I, technology is not really my strong suit, right? It's not. I'm working on it, but one step at a time, right? And but if you do that, if you put in Shadow Girl Sherry or Sherry Shadow Closet, my YouTube channel is going to be in the group as well. You click on that, you've got the YouTube channel is going to show you, it's going to show up, and then you go over there. You're going to see the actual pictures. You're going to see this actual picture. Now, I might not have it uploaded today because I'm thinking about uploading it, like making a short that I can from this, and then I'll put the main picture on the end of it, or I might put it up as like the main picture, and then you see it, and then you click on it, and then you're going to see this. You know what I'm saying? But you might not get it today. I'm going to try my best, but I have things that I have to do. Um, but it's going to be there. Within this Lionsgates portal, that is it's a goal. But even if I don't get the video up by the end of the Lionsgates portal, which I don't see why I won't get that done, right? I think that it ends on the 12th. That's in maybe Tuesday. Um, Hopefully I'll get it up, but I can't lie, I have a lot on my plate. If not, I'm still proud of myself because I could put this out here. And again, this is me, Shadow Girl Sherry. And I'm honoring myself, my mom, my dad, uh, really all of it. That my bloodline. I am a part of a bloodline. So you get what I'm saying? It's a lot of energy. So I'm honoring that by showing up and being me and showing you guys who I really am. But if you want to see the real thing, guys, join me on my channel, Sunset Songs. And guys, I got to go and take care of those errands and different things. Um, I'm glad that I got this little bit of break. Um, what everything is being taken care of. I had this time. Now I have to go and do other things for my household and different things, make things sure things are good. And so I got to go do those things. But guys, I just wanted to share this with you. I wanted to give you more rituals for the Lionsgates portal. My idea is you can just light some yellow candles, bright candles, yellow candles. That's the energy of the lion. I see a little bit of brown because the color tan. I see some brown, but I'm thinking more of the brighter colors, like light a yellow candle, light some little, maybe some white, yellow, those kind of colors. Wear those colors, wear those as your clothes, things like that, and with this energy, because it's like the universe is like, hey, there she is. I see her. She is showing up, right? She's bright. She's, yellow candle, clothes yellow. Um, Me, I got yellow makeup. I got a little bit of everything, but basically, that's the idea for me. It's the gold candles. Is I want to think that we are the gold standard, and we got the seal, right, and we're good. We're good. We're chosen ones, and but just it wouldn't be such a bad to wear bright yellow clothes. Light some bright yellow candles. Gold, really good, really good. But that's about abundance. Okay, think of the number eight. If you have eight of something, eight. Just think about the number eight. Eight is a good number right now. Okay, and the colors yellow, white is like a light, but I'm thinking of yellow and I'm thinking of gold. Maybe a little orange, but those are my colors. Maybe a little orange, but yellow and gold. And the idea is that I want to share with you is I stepped out of the cage and onto the stage today. You know what I look like. I'm asking you to do the same. If you want to start a YouTube channel, if it's in you, you have a voice and you want to start a YouTube channel, get started on it. Get started on it. If you have a book that's in you, that we need things out here to make us happy. So if you hear this, you might be the type that where you feel like you don't fit in, but I'm telling you, you fit in somewhere because the world is a big place. And that's the reason why I made my channel. I wanted to find dreamers, the dreamers. Okay? The people that you might daydream, or you think of your life and you think I want to live it. That's why I started my channel, and to reach out, okay, and use my voice to reach out from beyond this small area that I'm at, right? This small area, okay, and it starts even when as I just go out a little bit, it starts up, the world opens up. But that was the main reason why I chose not to show my face. But now, I feel like I've got a gift to put out here. I've got a light to shine. How is the universe gonna know where to send it if it can't see me? So now I'm out, and I'm asking you to do the same thing. Whatever it is in you that needs to come out, it's a gift that it wouldn't be fair for you to keep to yourself. It would not be fair for you to keep this book locked up inside of you because we want to read it. It would not be fair for you not to start your YouTube channel because there's going to be somebody that's going to hear you that you're going to help, because there have been people from other YouTube channels that have helped me. And even when it comes to celebrities, do you notice how celebrities, they're not as lit up as they used to be? We're putting our attention on creators now. It's not just about celebrities. It's not just about celebrities. So claim your glow up. The more people you show up, and you show up and you put your light out, it's going to get brighter. And it's not fair if you have something inside of you that you could help somebody with. It's not fair. And it's not fair to you, and it's not fair to the world. It's not, because you're an individual, and I believe if you're listening to this right now, you have something in you that needs to come out, because I've had so much in me, and it's still, things are still in there, but today I'm showing up. I'm showing up, right? And I think that there's something in you too. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a book. I don't know if it's a song. You just haven't been discovered yet. I don't know. I don't know if it might be a cookbook. I don't know. But it's something that is in you that that needs to come out, and it needs to shine, because when you shine, everybody's going to see you, and you're going to be found. You're going to be discovered, right? But you got it. Any celebrity that's been out there, Taylor Swift, okay? She wasn't always Taylor Swift, right? She had to she had to get out there. So you got to be seen. And I just feel like there's something, if you listen to this today, especially today, because I came out of my shell and there is something in you. I'm telling you, there is something in you that needs to come out. And whatever it is, it's going to be bright, it's going to be beautiful, and it's going to be something that somebody is going to want to they want to see it. They're waiting on you. They're waiting on you. So put it out there. Now, if I found the courage to do it, as shy as I am, um, I'm telling you, you can do it too. And I'm rooting for you. That's what that candle's for. So, guys, this is going to be it. I'm wondering how long I talked. I'm wondering how many people join me, all that, and I can't wait to see. But for right now, even though I have all the notes to share that I didn't read from, I'll be coming back sometime. I even had a sunset song to share and everything, looked it all up. But my big thing is I wanted to show up and show you guys, come out and be Shadow Girl Sherry, and that's what I did. So I accomplished it, and I think the universe is proud of me right now, and I know my cat Sasha is. All right, so this is going to be Shadow Girl Sherry signing out. I love you guys really, and I believe in you guys. And I got to figure out how to shut this down. Oh boy. Oh, I got to figure out how to shut it down. Okay. What? I see something. I don't know what's going on here, but anyhow, I don't know what's going on. Oh wow. Okay. That's much brighter. Anyhow, this is going to be Shadow Girl Sherry signing out. If I can figure out how to do it. Thank you guys so much. This is going to be Shadow Girl Sherry. Happy Lionsgate's Portal. Put your light out there, okay? Put your light out. If I found the courage to do it, this is a lion energy. Lions, it's the king of the jungle. Put it out there, okay? Don't be shy anymore. I know that I've kind of opened something, a portal really, because I've opened myself up to a lot of people and a small area, and people are always trying to put your light out, right? There's always going to be somebody, but I'm not going to stop anyway because I love what I do. I love my channel, and I'm going to claim right now that I'm protected. No, what is it? No weapon formed against me shall prosper, and I want to say it on this day. This is eternity. This is infinity. No weapon formed against me or my family will prosper. No weapon formed will no weapon formed no weapon formed will prosper. That's just what I wanted to say. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. Those are my words. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. Okay. Thank you guys so much for listening, and this is going to be Shadow Girl Sherry signing out. Thank you, and take